Oh, huh? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. What's up, Z-Spice? What's up, Wazer? What's up, Newbie? What's up, Lord Scortungus? Hopefully the stream starts off well this time. Dude, I got all the kinks worked out before we got started today because I wanted today to be big. Look at the chair, guys. Look at the chair. There's groundhogs crossing here. You guys got to be careful. Check out the shirt. Check out the shirt. This was one of my birthday gifts. I got a few of these. In fact, I should probably angle my camera slightly more downward so that we can enjoy the hog's fit. But you low-key like that intro? I thought it was nice too. I got hit with a little burst of inspiration and I just figured out how to make an intro that loops. Anyway, I should probably back out of all of this, get you guys out of stream loop hell. I'm gonna burp. The sign is a cute touch. Dude, I like it too. All you need is a hog trophy. Hey, dude, maybe next year. Maybe next year. Maybe that's what this year will be about funding. It'll be about funding the first 24 karat gold full groundhog shaped trophy. Hi, Hog. What's up, boss? What's up, Showery? What's up, Raptor? What's up, Raptor? What's up, Delusional? Intro was great. I liked the music. Hell yeah. I liked it too. And you know what I realized? Because you physically can't burp. Guys, apparently Wazer physically can't burp. That's actually kind of awesome. Is that a superpower or a nerf? Chat, think about that for a second. If you can't burp, is that a superpower or a nerf? Because, like, I guess it would depend on why you can't burp, right? Like, are you getting the gas that can't come out? It's a heavy nerf. Do you just get, like, bubbles that are stuck? You just get, like, a little blown up esophagus? Nerf, 100%. Did you dream just start? Do you mean did my stream just start? Yes, Noble. The intro literally ended, like, less than 5 minutes ago, something like that. Are you incredibly gassy? Did you guys see that trend on TikTok? The incredible gassy one, where they would use AI to like put someone's skeleton onto a person that was like jumping on a fart, and they would have them fart all over the ground. That was kind of crazy. The gas got to go somewhere. That's true. That's true. I think Socrates said that one time. Anyway, we're getting off track. I'm gonna take a big swig of water. This stream needs a hero. You're already here, Smiley. Nothing quenches my thirst quite like water. All right. Today's stream is going to be a little different. Okay? Now, for any of you who have tuned in before, you probably know that I'm a bit of a Helldivers hater, okay? And I mean, this isn't necessarily going to change today, okay? We're going to take all of our hopium, all of our copium, all of our whatever opiums you like to huff on the side, and we're going to put them in a little box that says reality check, okay? We're going to put them in a crate that says tempered expectations, because I have some expectations for this stuff. But also, when Arrowhead put upscaling into the game, they broke the game. I mean, after delaying the patch, too. Remember that. Arrowhead implemented upscaling, which should be doable. They delayed the patch. I guess it wasn't their fault to delay the patch. I don't want to beat on that too bad. But they had to verify that everything was fine, and everything launched, and it wasn't fine. What gas did I just enter into? Dude, what do you know about gas? Wazer knows nothing about gas. He can't even burp. Wazer, do you fart extra because you can't burp? Is there like more gas that has to exit through the posterior, or no? Stomach gas? Dude, stomach gas is like one of the worst pains you can experience when it gets bad. I'm kind of the king of constipation. Oh, you actually do, and it takes hours? That's brutal. I kind of thought you were joking at first, but I think you actually can't burp now. That's kind of cool. I think you're the only guy I know that can't burp. Good on you. So, like I was saying, today's stream, a little bit different because of this post right here. Transmission from the game director. Progressing. It's called RCPD if you want to learn more. Raccoon City Police Department. Dude, your condition is a Resident Evil reference. How swag is that? So we're going to read through this together because there is some stuff in here that's actually good. What's up, Kid? I never know how to say your name. Casita? What up, Q? We're going to go the James Bond route. What up, Q? So, Mr. Erickson types out, greetings, Helldivers. Oh, I guess he didn't type it. They pass it off to him. That works. All right, Q. This week, we're passing the keyboard to our game director, Michael Erickson, to chat about the near future. If you guys don't know Michael Erickson, I don't know who the fuck these people are. Helldivers 2. This is him. So it's this lovely, handsome fellow right here. Taking trend right now. We all need to at some point. I know what I have the strength to do. Oh, no, I know what I need to do. I don't know if I have the strength to do it. So this week they passed the keyboard to Mr. Michael Erickson to chat about what's going on in the future for Helldivers. Talk about some of the big changes on the horizon. And honestly, some of them look nice. Michael Erickson, the guy who discovered America, yeah, I think he might have done that. Spoiler alert, changes to both community and personal progression are inbound. This is not a spoiler. This is several years overdue. Just saying, not to dog on him for making a good post, but holy shit. Helldivers is over 2 years old, and we're only just now discussing the development of progression. How swag is that? So, Erickson tells us today there's a lot to talk about. By the way, guys, let me know if the audio is okay. Getting those levels can be tough sometimes. Today there's a lot to talk about, but let's start by talking about progression and why it's not progressing faster. Aw, that's cute. Progressing. The way we see it, there's two broad categories. It's okay. All right, I'll take okay audio. It's two broad categories of progression in our game. Community, which is the community journey and contribution to the Galactic War, and player progression, which is your personal journey. We still can't see the word groundhog on my shirt. I didn't think this far ahead. I want to get the word groundhog in the shot. This shirt was a gift. You got to understand. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Both are very important to us, and I want to share some of the development work taking place on these systems. Let's start with community progression. So this is the one that's less important to me personally, but I know it's important. What's up, Warrior? Welcome back to the stream. I missed you. What's up, Peachio? What's up, Spooky? Never forget how much we heard about promises. Honestly, waiting for another broken patch just to know how much can be broken in one update. Only results shall matter. Absolutely, Warrior. You're beating me to the punch a little bit here, but that is my ultimate takeaway from all of this. We're going to cover what's on offer first, and then we're going to discuss what I think is actually going to happen. But we also, here's the thing. I'm going to clear my throat real quick. Here's the thing, guys. We have to recognize we thank you, Hog, for revealing the pre-approved decisions of your wisdom to us. May your light shine down on the souls of the brave hogs who watch your videos. Onwards, the whole dwellers of the hog. See, Lord Squirtungus is a guy that's just with the program. He kind of gets what's going on. You'll never guess what happened to my PC after the update. Did it turn into a firework or a fireball? Either way, I know it wasn't good. We got to recognize the stage of the game that we're in. If I was Pirate Software, I would break open Microsoft Paint. PSU died? Oh. Well, luckily, PSU is one of the less costly things to swap, if I'm correct. So be thankful that it wasn't something more important. But I'm very sorry that your PSU died. That's going to be a bitch to get fixed. Star Warfare Resurgence is in Phase 3 of development. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, you are the guy that's developing that, aren't you, Dab? Well, I hope everything goes smoothly, and when you have a playable build, let me know. I'll play it on stream. That'll be fun. We got to recognize the stage of the game that we're in. There's... The way that I see it, there's 3 big stages to updates, right? Or to, let's say to communal progress with Arrowhead, right? There is the preamble, when promises are made, but relative to when the development of whatever they're promising started, it just isn't, it hasn't been long enough for it to be ready, right? Then there's the early stages of it being ready, like the first day or 2 of the update, and then there's the long stages of it being ready when you get into day 3, week 1, week 2, week 3. Right now, we are staunchly in phase 1. I'm going to burp again. Whew, good lord. The fuck was in my Greek yogurt today? We're staunchly in the first stage right now. Second stage is probably where we should have been a year ago. In fact, this probably should have been long released at this point. But it just wasn't. It just hasn't been. And you know what? I'm not even going to say it's okay. That's just what it is. All right? However, we can only have so many expectations for every stage that we're in. So, yeah, like this shit should have been ready, but realistically, all they're going to have are announcements for us, right? We're in the trust me, baby, I'll change stage. Yes, and that is where I have to temper what I'm saying a little bit, because pattern recognition is a real thing. How dare you make a hopeful title for Helldivers 2, my number 2 Cry Diver in shambles? First of all, I should be your number 1 Cry Diver, but I'll let it slide this time. How are you, man? I'm okay, man. Life's been kind of crazy. I'm sure you saw my announcement in the Discord. But other than that, I mean, I'm happy to be streaming again. I had a swag little intro that I was proud of. I have a new black bar around my my webcam. So basically, I'm a big streamer now. I think that's all that it takes. Why am I getting an ex-girlfriend experience from some Arrowhead company? Dude, it's so true. I ask myself the same thing every day. So here's what they have written. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Community progression, which is the community journey, and player progression, which is your personal journey. Player progression is what I care way more about, by the way. Low key. It's hot in my room. It's hot in my room. You need to oscillate, and you need to be... One setting. Nope, that's a timer. That's not what I want. Oh my god, stop counting up. We need this. We're rotating, boys. We got airflow. We got airflow. All right, what was I talking about? Oh, just money, by the way. Yeah, I never got my $20. I don't think you guys got your $20, so be sure to keep harassing him for that, okay? Let's see. Player progression. I just dipped my finger in my Greek yogurt. That was actually delicious. We have consistently received feedback around our endgame progression plans. To be expected. It's the main thing that this game lacks, aside from actual quality assurance. With players asking about level cap increases and additional ship modules. Simply put, we feel like previously seen progression elements, like raising the level cap in... He typed silo there. I'm sure that meant to say solo. Aren't enough and wouldn't address your feedback on a foundational level. This is fair. Giving us level 300 with nothing attached to it would be meaningless. Almost as meaningless as everything past like level 35 is right now. Why they don't have anything ready for level 150, God knows. It's been over 2 years, but it is what it is. We are going to raise the level cap, W, but ideally, when we deepen the progression, we want there to be more valuable upgrades for every kind of player, not just our players who have unlocked 100% of the offerings. Hell yes, this is good. Their head is in the right spot. I'm going to burp again. God damn. Wazer, I know you're jealous of me right now. So, let's look at what they're thinking for progression. Let's determine if it's good or if it's bad, okay? In fact, let's do a couple polls for this. Where is YouTube? The Gassy Hog. You always burp on stream. What's up, girlfriend? Everybody, that's my girlfriend. Here we go. We're going to mute this. And we're going to pull up a... Okay, I guess we're going to let that sit for a second. We're going to do a poll in a second. I'm living vicariously through you like some parasocial burp relationship. Do we have a brap relationship? Is that what's going on right now? We got to get rid of that. Hi, Hog's girlfriend. See, Blitz knows what's up. Half of the chat just says hi, girlfriend every time. Some of the most epic moments in the game have been when the community worked together to achieve common goals. Send more dudes, in parentheses. Don't call it that. Kind of sounds like that's what it is. Everything from earning cool rewards to shaping the lore of the universe, like unlocking the exosuit. It's too late. What's been said has been said. We can fix it in post, but we can't fix it while we're live. Can we start a brapicule? We're stopping. We're shifting the subject. I do not want to know what the fuck a brapicule is. Everything from earning cool rewards to shaping the lore of the universe, like unlocking the exosuit, saving the children, or holding the line against the Illuminates on Calypso. God, Calypso was hype. It was also part of the least broken update we've ever had. Coincidence? I think not. However, we want to do more to improve how players interact with the Galactic War, collaborate as a community, and receive rewards. For example, it's never been clear if the actions of the community actually led to different outcomes, or if it's all just smoke and mirrors. The reality is, the community impact on the galactic war, I should probably be highlighting where I read, differs. But even in the brapicule means brap plus polycule. My God. Wow, guys, maybe we should not lie to players for now. Let's do it again. Just another vacation. Warrior, you are genuinely like a D1 hater, and I love it, dog. I love how committed to it you are. To be honest, this is late for at least 1 year. That's what I started by saying. This is long overdue. But we're at the point where it's so overdue that there's no getting around it. We need to decide if it's just too late or if it's too little too late. And I'm going to partially leave that up to you guys. I want to see what you guys think. We want to do more to improve how players interact with the Galactic War, collaborate as a community, and receive rewards. For example, it's never been clear if the actions of the community actually lead to different outcomes or if it's all just smoke and mirrors. The reality is the community impact on the Galactic War differs, but even in cases where we did a lot of work to prepare for very different outcomes, we've struggled to communicate it in-game. Yeah, probably because of those really dumb systems that they have in place. The negative scaling against player number 1 comes to mind, for sure. They're probably going to keep that, by the way. They're probably not getting rid of that. They don't need to get rid of it. I think it needs to be reworked, but I think they're going to dig their heels in. That's my prediction. We'll see how that ages. Additionally, unless you joined right at the start of a big event like the Battle for Super Earth or the Cyberstan invasion, I know it's been difficult to understand what's going on. Even if that can be funny sometimes, in parentheses, all I know is I must kill, ha ha ha, it was never intended to be confusing for players. For those and other reasons, we are launching Galactic War campaigns in June, which, if I remember correctly, is this month. It's June, boys. In a nutshell, campaigns are the next evolution of major orders. They will be roughly 1 to 3 weeks in length, with the intention that it will always be clear what the active campaign is, how it's going, what the outcomes have been, and what's at stake. Low-key, I'm getting a bit of a headache. I'm going to slam a water bottle real quick, and then we're going to talk about my thoughts on this, because I have mixed thoughts. Whole water bottle's going down. One sip. Everyone knows the rules. Dude. Like it was nothing at all. Fuck y'all know about being thirsty. That was nice. All right. We just got 2 viewers for chugging a water bottle. That's what people want to see on this channel. We're going to turn into a mukbang channel. Do you think this has been in the works since launch? Fuck no. At least not to the degree that it is now. I think it, like many other ideas, was an idea getting passed around. And at some point, they decided that warbonds are the only things that matter because the game can tread water. And then the game stopped treading water. Get gluttonous. My girlfriend just said, get gluttonous. New meaning for GGs. Chat, get gluttonous in your life. But no, I think they decided that the game could tread water with no effort, and then the game started sinking. So this is their effort to right the ship and plug the holes. What they do after this is going to be interesting. His thirst disgusts me. I'm very sorry, Bubble. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I'm gonna burp. God, my bodily functions are just fucking up the stream today, huh? All right, lock in. So I have a question for you guys. And you can tell me if I'm wrong here, okay? Do Galactic War campaigns sound like anything other than longer major orders? Just like major orders where they phone it in less and think about the story a little more? Because on paper, all this seems like is a major order that lasts longer and maybe gives you better stuff. It's not just today. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? But like seriously, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Because when I'm thinking about overhauls, I'm thinking about hit it with the EMS. Thank you, Sad Sandwich, with the $5. Can't stay long today, but have a good stream. Remember, when in doubt, toast. Thank you very, very much. Put some W sandwich in the chat. Much appreciated, brother. I'm gonna clear my throat. Where's the content? Does Sad Sandwich make content? Is he a YouTuber? Hopium back. Dapperty? A little bit. It's a new flavor of MO, probably just going to be less faction jumpy. I don't know. I am hyped for certain things here, but I think the Galactic War is in need of a big overhaul, and I think this is not an overhaul. I think this almost feels like a change in management. You know what I mean? Like they're just going to type different flavor text. I don't know. I think they have more confidence in the core systems of the Galactic War than we do. And they think that just a change in narrative storytelling is what's needed. A change in narrative storytelling is what's needed. Or it is needed. But there's more than that we need to happen. You know what I'm saying? In more exciting news, thank God, the other thing we heard is that players like to earn more rewards. No way. So the introduction of campaigns means there will always be at least one campaign reward if the conditions are met. We want to make these rewards special, but I'm going to burp. I'm going to be a mess all day today because we also think that players should earn more than just medals. We'll experiment with different rewards, ranging from gameplay-altering effects to cool items, and alongside you, we'll keep playing with this over the coming months to see what you think. It also means there's more stuff for players to work towards outside of war bonds. Pray Joel is feeling generous. The first reward you'll be unlocking is a new FRV. Now this is interesting. Okay? Because we know that Arrowhead was putting together, at the very least, a batch of content that is related to driving, okay? 2 new war bonds, new armors, new capes, whole 9 yards, right? The one leak is real. This is a real leak. Any One Piece fans in the chat will appreciate what you just said. But every time we've seen batches of content before, it was exclusively for new war bonds. They've always come out in the form of new war bonds. Every single time. But this time they're giving us a free FRV. So I see a couple of things that we can interpret from this, okay? Option number 1, the war bond has been scrapped, right? War bond's been scrapped. We're not doing Helldivers, which is apparently what people thought it was called, which is kind of sick. Option number 2, they're taking that first FRV and making it free, and they're making the rest of everything paid content, which would mean that the war bond has less in it, but it's probably going to cost the same price. I don't know if that's a net positive or net negative. I don't particularly know if I like either option. Actually, let me take that back, because it would be nice if they scrapped this second vehicle war bond that they were going to release after the shit show that was Exo Experts. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that they scrapped a war bond? I think it's possible. I think they may have done it. They're going to make drastic decisions right now. Pay for bulletproof tires. Could be bulletproof tires, because one of the FRVs is like an armored FRV. DYRC says nah. Shower says they should. Smiley says definitely possible. Okay. We're lukewarm on the idea. Before we launch the game, we experiment. Oh, okay. Chat, this is the thing that I'm actually excited for, okay? Low key. My ear's kind of clicking right now. I think I got some earwax in my ear. I woke up and just decided to be a mess, apparently. So yeah, all the stuff so far, I'm unimpressed, to say the least. That's not the stuff that's going to save the game. Sorry, you ever wake up and have just like a crackling in your ear? That's what I got going on right now. So here's the big thing. Here's what I think is actually kind of swag. Looking a bit further into the future, I want to talk about planet warfronts. Before we launched the game, we experimented with dynamic warfronts on planets, where players needed to make strategic community decisions on a planet level in order to liberate it. While it was promising, we realized we didn't have the content needed to do it justice at the time. We feel we've now added enough content to realize the vision we had for Planet Warfronts, and it's going to be the next big thing we're working towards in the Galactic War. When you've seen Johan talk about experimenting with roguelite systems, he was referring to this. Why is Uber Eats trying to get me to buy food? You think I'm rich? When we introduce Planet Warfronts, missions will be grouped under different categories. Category 1, defend. These missions will be in liberated territory. Frontline war, missions on the front lines, mission type number 2. Mission type number 3, behind enemy lines missions, like in enemy-controlled territory. Sounds like commando missions to me. This sounds kind of swag, guys. This sounds kind of swag, and here's the reason I think so. Somebody did a mock-up we might try and find, but do you guys remember this image right here? This one? With the enemies on one side, Seif on the other, objectives on each. You guys remember this? This, to me, sounds like frontline missions. Frontline missions sound like this. Because you got to remember, Seif, our little blueberries, where do they fight? They fight on the front lines, right? That could be fucking cool. If they can actually get it right and have like a new type of mission, that sounds cool. Behind enemy lines missions, this sounds like an actual implementation of the Redacted Regiment Warbond, of commando missions. Because right now, commando missions are not very well tied into the gameplay. They're an optional mission type that exists, but it's only on very specific planets. It is only for one faction. It's basically a gear check for having Redacted Regiment, which is stupid. Excuse me. Hog Arrowhead would never know to do something so cool. I don't know. Cause I don't see what's what's the other option here? What else could these missions possibly be? PlanetSide 2 type shit? That's what I want to see. I want to see like a small mini contained version of PlanetSide 2. Something where territory matters, where factions are fighting factions. It's not just you four against the Horde. It's this big army versus this big army, right? That sounds kind of cool. High potential, bad devs, number in game. Newbie, I have no idea what you just tried to say, brother. Defend missions don't sound that interesting. That sounds like it's just going to be another defend mission. But it's this frontline war. It's this frontline war. Although, we got to keep in mind, there is actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there's a good chance that defend is just like the defend missions that we have right now, and frontline war is just normal missions. There's a very... Fuck. It's actually a very good chance that's just what's happening here. Let's see what they say next. Players will fight to reach key strategic locations on planets like cities, which can have different active enemy variants in different areas of the planet. Of course, you'll still have the game masters to contend with, too. In the final version of this feature, there will also be gameplay-altering effects and consequences for achieving planet liberation goals, like reaching and liberating a city within X time, or disabling planet artillery within one location to unlock crucial operations. The intention is to make it more fun to liberate planets with your squad and deepen the galactic war and community progression systems. We want liberating planets to feel unique and epic for everyone. We have some development and design work ahead to make these feel great and provide the best experience, but I wanted to share just one of the ideas we have in active development. More to come on these changes in the next few months. Okay, so I was starting this stream hype for this, but now that I'm reading it back, this kind of just sounds like a different flavor of the current galactic war that we have. Which is not what we need. Controversial take. Fuck. Well, if there is a god, then the missions will look like this. And if there's not, then they won't. And this is how we're going to find out if God is real. All right, but what about player progression? The big one for most people, right? Imagine your PC melting while you play this mission type. That is the big fear. They can barely handle the game right now. The idea of having like actual fully fledged out armies on either side, I don't know that it would work. I want it to. I just don't know that it would. I think it could. But What do I know? As game director, it's important to me to make sure players' personal motivations to play Helldivers 2 aren't in conflict with the goals of both their immediate squad or the community as a whole. For example, if you guys had a goal to kill 100 Bile Titans and your squad didn't, you might be inclined to go, sorry guys, I've got medals to earn, Leroy. That's a reference to the famous meme Leroy Jenkins. Hog, what are your thoughts on this so far? We're going to discuss that after we get to the end of this, but we are going to discuss that. So far, I'm lukewarm. I feel that personal orders have run into this issue many times, so we are transforming that system into personal campaign progression. The intent is for every Galactic War campaign to come with a personal progression reward track. That way, even if the community fails to reach a larger goal, players can still do their part toward their personal goals and get rewarded with cool things to mark their progression in various campaigns. This change won't happen with the launch of Galactic War campaigns, but we're planning to deploy it this year. That's good. That's good. Lastly, let's talk about ships. So already we have a timeline for this stuff. Is Haas Hog Boss? No, Haas is just a word, babe. But in the context of this channel, it can be Hog Boss. Chat, put one if you think Haas means Hog Boss. Lastly, let's talk ships. We're bringing, what's the word mean? Haas means like, also you ignored him. Who did I ignore? It's so sad to watch the light in Hog's eyes die as he reads more and starts to really understand. Well, that's what you guys tuned in for, right? I suffer for your entertainment, and you know what? God bless you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Boss Hog. Boss Hog. Hog Boss. All of these changes will occur December 31st at 11:59 p.m. If history is our teacher, then mark your calendars, guys, because that's when we're so back. Is December 31st at 11:59 p.m. Johan sitting in a chair, fucking new year, new me. This is the year we lock in, guys. We're bringing 2 big changes to your Super Destroyers. We are extending gameplay progression and adding customization to make every ship unique. All right. Upgrading your ship will be the most exciting for players early on in their Helldivers 2 journey, but we also have some plans for the long term. An area that isn't really living up to its potential is the ship module system. Right now, players have the same progression path, with very little agency or ability to adapt to different playstyles. And even if you've unlocked all the ship modules, your ships don't really look that different or feel personalized in any way. You take that back. My Spear of Liberty is mine. For that reason and more, we're working on an overhaul of the ship module system that will change how this works. I'm going to take a bite of Greek yogurt real quick, chat. Kroger Greek yogurt. Get it while it's hot. Yo, hot yogurt sounds fire. Ship Warbond when? Maybe in a couple months. Wait until you get to the part about getting a team together to figure out stratagem balance. I've seen that. Don't you worry. This was supposed to be the positive portion. Our intention is that each new ship will have their own progression path. Okay, yeah. If you like the ships, we want to keep adding them, at least the ones we planned so far. I can't share when the new ship will reach your hands. Did I skip something? No. Yet. But I'll be sharing more details later this year. They're adding new ships next year. It's not even coming this year. That's the only reason they're being so coy. Did I skip over something? Okay, so here's why this is kind of exciting, okay? Right now, builds don't really exist in Helldivers. Like, the idea of creating a build is solely contained to the gear that you have, which, like, is fine, but it makes it challenging to spec into certain roles as opposed to other roles, right? Like, I love the idea of being a medic. Obligatory, trauma team plug. Low-key, guys, fuck a Warhammer collab. This is what I want to see. This is who I want to be in Helldivers. Genuinely. This is my dream collab right here. This is my dream collab. Is this $1,500 for a pair of gloves? What the fuck? $1,500 for a pair of gloves? What the fuck is wrong with you? I love Trauma Team, but you're insane. Sorry. Rep 80, rep 80, rep 80. We really could use a rep 80. We really could use a rep 80. We still don't have loadout presets in this live service game going through the 3rd year of its life. No, trust me, bro. It's about to get better. Trust me. Oh, that's a scam. Dude, no shit, that's a scam. What the fuck? He, like, bought Home Depot gloves and fucking carved Trauma Team into them. Upcoming fixes we hope will improve your experience. Okay, so unironically, it's a fan service for $15. It's a LARP, dude. He's LARPing his Trauma Team. Helldivers will be able to use assisted reload as long as either the carrier or the reloader of the weapon have the corresponding backpack. Why is it so blurry? Fuck it. Who cares if it's blurry? I used to pray for times like these. They're finally doing it. They're finally making their flagship signature mechanic functional. Can we get a 1 in chat? Fuck it. Put 1 in chat to make Ian happy. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I thought he was bringing up that get there. It's so blurry. It's so pixelated. But we did it, boys. We did it. We waited long enough that they're making team reloading functional. Thank God. Sorry for spam. It's okay. I forgive you. More emotes. Who gives a fuck? This isn't even worth an announcement. What? Only Arrowhead is the sort of company who would brag about adding 2 extra emote slots. Who the fuck cares? Reducing dead input on stimming. Thank God. What you're supposed to sandwich. Oh, wait, actually no. This is like an insult sandwich right here. You know, like when you compliment someone, insult them, and then compliment them again? Good change. Trash change. Good change. They're just padding their numbers, dude. Watch team reload be slower. They better fucking not. I don't think they have the gumption. I don't think they have the balls to nerf team reload. And coming a bit further down the line, we're tackling stratagem bouncing. Guys, check this out. We've assembled a task force to prototype fixes for this issue. We have assembled a task force to prototype fixes for this issue. And we're hoping to have it solved by the end of the year. This is genuinely who they got on this, bro. This is genuinely who they got on this. This is what it takes to change a 1 to a 0 in the code. This is like the 3rd task force they've assembled. And dude, they're LARPing. They're genuinely role-playing. What the fuck do you mean you have a task force? When I say change a 1 to a 0 in the code, that's not like a facetious exaggeration. It is a 1 to a 0 in the code. We can fucking see it. You can fix it with Cheat Engine, all right? It is a value. I love that all Hog's pictures are pixelated. Dude, it's Google's fault. What the fuck? It's a 1 to a 0. They genuinely think that having stratagem bounce adds so much value to the game that it is worth leaving it in the game for a broken state approaching year 3. And they think it's worth dedicating a task force to fixing. As opposed, yeah, sure, blame Google, Scortungus, thin ice, bro. Thin ice. Don't question the hog. You know what else that task force could be doing? Literally anything fucking else. Anything. I'm going to clear my throat. I hope y'all aren't falling. There's nothing to fall for. It's trash. It's trash. This is Why do you need a task force to change a 1 to a 0? You probably already know, but their genuine desire is to not fix it, but keep it, but lessen the impacts of the complaints lessen. Absolutely, 100%. But it doesn't make any fucking sense because the win is free. The win is free. They've made their money. What the fuck do you care? What do you care? The game was better when this didn't exist. Hellpod steering. Similar to stratagem bouncing, we're also tackling this long-standing issue. They gotta put the fucking Avengers together to fix Hellpod steering. Another 1 to 0. Level 300, why for what? Well, I mean, if they had rewards, I'm okay with the level cap increase. But what is with this task force bullshit to fix these issues that are just a switch in the code? Just disable it, bro. The game works when you disable it. We're doing it ourselves. What does Hellpod steering lock add to the game? What does it add to the game? How many issues does it fix as opposed to introduce? What's the ratio? It's not great. Improving enemy and player traversal, which includes environmental collision and reducing movement penalties on grass and vegetation. Guys, trust. We're going to fix flesh mob clipping. Trust. This is the one. This is the update that fixes flesh mob clipping. Trust. You just got to wait. You just got to be patient, bro. You just got to be. But my grunt fantasy, dude, I've heard the word grunt fantasy enough for one fucking lifetime. Every time I hear those words together, it makes me want to die. It genuinely makes me want to just cease existing. Increasing level cap to 300. All right, cool. Maybe give us some rewards along the way and I'll be cool with it. Fixes to the Warbond and Superstore menus to make them easier to navigate. Chat, I bet out of all of these fixes, this is the one that they're going to crush. They're going to make it feel so good to navigate that Superstore menu. Navigate those Warbonds. We're going to love giving them money, bro. We're going to love it. Holy shit. Closed beta testing that focuses on stability and balancing, and that includes getting beta test feedback from our propaganda commanders. This is good. This is just straight up good. What they do with this will of course, be the final nail in the coffin, the deciding factor. But we need a beta testing branch. Desperately. We need it so bad. We need the propaganda commanders to tell them, hey, this is trash. Because usually, propaganda commanders are pretty fucking good. They know their shit. Shout out to Fick, shout out Odo, shout out Buzz, shout out all of them. They know their shit. They know the stats. I would trust them to tell Arrowhead when a weapon is trash. And they need to act as a barrier between us and trash content that we're forced to pay for. The idea that this is only just now in the works is insane. Don't let Commissar Kai in there. I think Commissar Kai can be in there. I think he provides some important. I think he provides an important perspective. You want all perspectives to be at the table, but I do like that Commissar Kai's mentality is not the predominant one. While this is not an exhaustive list of everything we're planning, I hope it gives you some insight into what's coming up next for progression and some of the reasoning behind the path we've chosen. I can't wait to hear what you read and what you think, and to get this in your hands. Okay. Kind of a big post here, guys. So, first things first. Start a poll. How was the post? Good, mid, bad. There we go. Go crazy. Go crazy. Most people say mid. Most people say mid. Oh, my gosh. Kind of gave me a headache. Most people say mid. Okay. Here's the deal, guys. A lot of these changes are very important, okay? Making missions more impactful on a planet level, very important. Player progression, very important. Increasing the level cap, cool. Fixing team reload, very important. More emotes, not important at all. Reducing dead input on stimming, okay. But Arrowhead has always been a company with ideas, okay? Arrowhead are like the they're like the George Lucas of the games industry. Like they're where all the ideas come from, but they need somebody to filter and edit their shit, right? When it's only them, they tend to fuck it up in the execution portion. And keep in mind, I say this as somebody who loves the prequels, okay? It's kind of an insult to George Lucas to compare the two, but I think you guys understand what I'm saying here. It's the execution portion of their workflow that kills the stuff that they make. On paper, you do know you can farm super credits, right, bigot? So true. You're actually wrong. I'm actually wrong, excuse me. More like George R.R. Martin. Well, it'd be like George R.R. Martin if the next Helldivers update was in 10 years. Sorry, I'm mulling it over. I see a reality where Arrowhead locks the fuck in and says, "This is what's up. We're gonna add this stuff. It's gonna be great, and the game gets a pretty good chunk better than it was before." Hope you might see also what post we're talking about. This one right now, the transmission from the game director. Progression. Oh, how cute. So, I see a reality where this gets good, right? But this is also the company who can't seem to release an update. You know what I mean? Let's put our brains together and think tank this for a second. When was the last update that Arrowhead released? What was the last update that Arrowhead released that didn't have major issues? Like huge baked in issues. It wasn't Machinery of Oppression. Vox engines were a mess. I think it was Omens of Tyranny. Omens of Tyranny. I think it was Ovens of Tyranny. Yep. And before that, I don't think we had one. I don't think we had an update that didn't have huge bundles of issues. So Arrowhead is like 1 for 7 right now. How many major updates has Helldivers had? It's Omens of Tyranny was good, and the rest were either garbage or had serious issues baked in. So, wouldn't it be kind of crazy to bet on all of these changes being good? Because let's keep in mind here, a lot of those updates, all they were doing was like adding a war bond and some enemies. That was their major update. And they couldn't even do that. This blog post is talking about major gameplay system overhauls. Like stuff of this scale would be intimidating for any developer, including competent ones, which is not a category that I put Arrowhead in. So, I mean, I feel like it's like an 80-20 chance that this is bad to being good. The things that I could see being good, actually the thing, singular, that I could see being good is the assisted reload change. That sounds kind of fun. But this isn't enough to bring me back to the game. Like, they're going to implement this and I'll be happy, but I won't be testing this. I have no desire to play Helldivers right now. None at all. And everything else, it just seems kind of empty. But if the reality comes where these changes are good, which, it might. It's possible. It's not impossible. Then I think this would be really big. I think there is a possibility that these decent changes are on the horizon. So let's give you guys a spoonful of sugar real quick, and let's talk about the silver lining to all of this. Arrowhead's actually talking about this now, okay? Previously, Arrowhead wasn't even talking about this. This was the elephant in the room that we couldn't get them to properly address. They did not want to talk about progression. They didn't want to talk about anything that wasn't war bonds, right? They didn't want to talk about stratagem bounce. They didn't want to talk about Hellpod steering lock. It seems like they still don't want to talk about super credits. They still don't want to talk about super credits, which I think is a missed opportunity, because that's probably my main gripe with the game right now, is that it has a free-to-play pricing model. But I could see this being big. Now, here's the reason I'm prefacing this like this. I want to talk about a trash Reddit post that I saw the other day. You guys may have seen this on the Helldivers 2 subreddit. Trash subreddit, by the way. Absolute. This is basically low sodium, but it's not actually, like, you don't have to be low sodium. You can just be a dick on here. Reminder to not give whiners any credit for game improvements. It just reinforces their behavior. And then we have a little meme here. Let's look through it together. Chud number 1 says, I'm glad the game is getting improvements. Toxic Chud number 2, hate diver, whine diver, cry diver. It only improved because of my endless whining and toxicity. You should be grateful. And then the calm, reasonable Chud diver reaches out with his righteous fist, grasps him in his palm, and closes his fingers around this guy's toxic cry diver bones and crushes them in one fell swoop. They're both D-bags? They are both D-bags, but that's because this is a comic that's representing fictional people. Fictional people. First of all, the person who posted this is not, I'm glad the game is getting improvements. The person who posted this is this. I hate people that cry. I hate annoying cry divers. He's a glazer, right? He's a glazer. And we're going to talk about that tribalism in just a second. But the amount of mental gymnastics that you need to do in order to say that the people who are complaining about issues have nothing to do with the issues getting fixed. Also, the post history is disgusting. What kind of disgusting, Blitz? What kind of disgusting? Is it the sort of disgusting that I could show on stream or not? Because I'll look. I'm not above it. It's filthy. Okay, we're not going to look at it then. This is a crazy take. This is a crazy take. I wouldn't look. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. This is a crazy take. Because the thing is, if what this person is saying is true, then from my perspective, we have 6-7 viewers, W. From my perspective, there are two realities that this person believes in, okay? Reality number 1 is that the endless praise and toxic in fact, they probably don't even think it's toxic positivity. The endless positivity, the rebuttal of and refusal of criticism, that's what led to these changes. The support of Arrowhead through their trying times. That's what led to the changes. Or the other reality that they might believe in is that Arrowhead would have done it anyway. That our input has no effect on the game and these changes were coming and the game was always going to get better and you wasted your breath for no reason. Seriously. Excuse me. What do you guys think about that idea? Stream buffering, they got him? Oh shit, did they get me? Did Tencent finally get me? But do you guys agree that that's kind of an insane take? Are you a Halo fan? I am a Halo fan, but not so much that I'm gonna spend full price on one. Halo is in a trash state right now. I have the Master Chief Collection, and I'm plenty happy with that. The Glazers are attacking. Yeah, it's just here's the thing. Let me show you guys. This is this is an example of an argument that exists solely in its framing, right? So here's an example of flipping the script. We're going to go to Pixlr. We're going to open this image. Here's an experiment with Hog, okay? We're gonna knock out the text real quick so that we can replace it with ours. I'm gonna show you guys how dumb this argument is. Boom. And we're gonna do this too. By the way, Pixlr, fuck you for putting this like AI editing button on the screen all the time. It's horrible. So what was the initial one? It was I'm glad the game is getting improvements. It only improved because of my endless whining and toxicity. So here's the flipped script. Here's the flipped script. They're making good changes. I'm glad that my feedback was listened to. Can you right-click the AI slop? Nope. Not like to do anything with it. We're gonna duplicate. We're gonna merge, and we're gonna just jam that in there, right? And then this person comes out of left field and says, they're not changing it because of you. You're a hateful cry diver, and everything you say is worthless. Stop criticizing the billion-dollar company. We're going to duplicate. We're going to merge down. What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Duplicate. Here we go. Merge down. You see how easy it is to reframe this? Because like, I mean, although this is probably a more accurate picture of what's happening, this is slop. This meme is slop right here. This proves absolutely nothing. It takes the diverse selection of fans that this game has, it splits them into tribes, and then it says, fuck you. PS here, gay. It says, fuck you. Your tribe is wrong. Your opinions are trash. Holy moly, this is the textbook definition of a psyop. I think it's just the textbook definition of a trash take. So let's talk about what the intention of a post like this is, right? Let's talk about what the intention of a post like this is. We just got a post that, although for people like me, you know, at fucking 1,000 hours in Helldivers, looking for meaningful changes, way more dialed into those changes than the average consumer. It's not even a positive thing. It's just where I sit on the spectrum of tuned into Helldivers to tuned out of Helldivers. I'm tuned in, right? I'm looking for big stuff. But for the average person, these changes are exciting, right? It's the sort of thing that people could unite under. It's the sort of, please post it. We're going to do it like this. General. Oh, wait, no, we'll copy, paste. There we go. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, this is a good moment for the game. Don't post it. That's straight slop. Hey man, the people want what they want. It is slop. It is slop. Like, this is not my take. It's closer to my take than the first post is, but this post is reminding people, hey, you guys need to hate each other. Don't get excited for this change. You're you guys need to keep this war going. You got to remember, we're on this side and you're on this side. And we got to meet in the middle and fucking duke it out pugilistically. Maryland rules, right? And that's trash. Like that's a trash sort of person to be. Stay divided. Exactly. They want people to stay divided. But it's weird because like when you look at something like politics, there's reason to keep people divided, right? But this is a game community. I think that people want people to be divided out of habit. I think like you know how some relationships are codependent, and it's like they can't survive without the presence of the other. We have like a codependent not we, because I don't subscribe to either side, but huge chunks of the Helldivers community have a codependent relationship, but it like functions off of hate. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have 100 sub communities if Arrowhead had an idea of what they wanted their game to be. Keep divers divided, leave Brittany alone, leave her alone. No war but class war. Yeah, I don't know. I thought this post was trash. However, which side are you on? Which side are you? I don't have a side. I'm on my own side. I have my own beliefs. You know, I there's probably not a single person in this chat who I 100% agree or disagree with. We probably have elements and ideas that we're the same on, but we're all our own person. Fuck it. That's how it's supposed to be. This guy, Epsilon, is a problem. He's on, exactly. I'm on the hog side. The comments tore him apart. Imagine complaining about people that complain about the game when things they complain about get fixed. You complain and say it wasn't because of the people complaining. Holy shit, how many times could you say the word complain in one sentence? The only reason things get fixed is because people complain, in quotes, about it. W take. Sure, pretend that bouncing stratagems getting fixed isn't because so many people complained about it for the past year. By the way, Arrowhead is already working on their next game, which might also attribute to the current state of the game. It's okay, though. They'll just release another war bond and people will forget about it. W comment right there. W comment. This encapsulates it pretty well. They want to do none of the work, and they want to take all of the credit. The people who fall into this guy's category, I would call them glazers. They want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to play Mr. Nice Wholesome Chungus, you know. Support the small indie developer. They can do no wrong. You're so mean. But then when the changes get made, they want credit for that too. You know it's bad when the top comment on the post is calling your ass out. Technically, the top comment on the post is this Epsilon guy. He says, most of the changes have almost certainly been in the works for months, and while a bunch of the changes are almost certainly in response to player feedback, it's responding to feedback from 6 to 9 months ago, not the drama from a few weeks ago. And then second top comment, it's weird how many people think companies make changes instantly. First of all, where the fuck is this coming from? Who thinks that people make changes instantly? Instantly? This game is almost fucking 3 years old. What are you talking about? But this post. Most of the changes have been in the works for months. What makes you think that? What the fuck makes you think that? These fixes are months out. These posts, excuse me. These changes aren't releasing next week. These changes are releasing end of the year, potentially next year. Why do you think these changes have been in the works? Sure, maybe they've been in the works in the idea that like 5% of the labor is going towards workshopping these ideas and the rest of the labor is going towards war bonds. But what sorry, excuse me. What is with this revisionist bullshit where Arrowhead can sit and do nothing for months and release updates that are fucking broken to the gills from bottom to top. They can release upscaling that makes the game look worse and run worse, which is the opposite of what upscaling is fucking supposed to do. But this guy believes it. This guy's through this whole comment, and even if he doesn't believe it, this is the top comment, which means people agree. People agree with this shit. How would these changes have been in the works for months? What makes you think that? Nothing makes you think that. You don't know that. You're stuck in this mindset of Surely Arrowhead can do no wrong. So I'm gonna distort the truth to fit what I want the world to look like. You understand what I'm saying? Even if true, most of the complaints of the changes have been around for years, so it literally doesn't change it. I know the complaints have been around for years. I 100% agree. But I think he's using that to say that these changes have been in the works for years. No, they fucking haven't. We've been complaining for years, and we've been getting ignored. Ignored. For a long time. That's why the Q&A was this fucking breaking point. Because there was this section of the community that had been holding out hope that, oh, maybe Arrowhead just has these changes in the works. These fixes are coming. Just gotta let him cook, guys. Just gotta let him cook. Get that picture of the guy with the big walkout. Just gotta let him cook. Give him time. Give him time. And then Pilestead, ex-CEO, current CCO of the company, comes out, says, hey, we have some stuff in the works. I think some transparency would be good. And we're like, okay, are you doing any of this? And he's like, no, it's low priority. Are you adding progression? No, it's low priority. Oh, okay. Are you fixing these bugs? How we're working on it. So what are you doing? Now we're making more bonds. Oh, we got some more bonds cooked up for you guys. Holy shit, do we have some more bonds cooked up for you guys. But now that they're finally maybe starting to get some semblance of strength to remove their head that is firmly seated inside of their own ass, people want to act like they've been on the right side of Helldivers history the whole fucking time. This is bullshit. That gets a downvote from me. Trash comment. I also left a comment on this post. Right down there. Guys, are we really doing this? This is so petty. There are plenty of people who have valid complaints about the game who are not toxic, but frustrated. Calling them all whiners and then going a step further to say they should be discredited for ever having voiced their complaints is just dumb. This just reinforces the us versus them tribalism that has torn the community apart. Let's do better. This is a Hall of Fame worthy comment right here. New user 336, goddamn. You are the king of this comment section. Oh, and this guy said, okay, whiner. I'm glad I downvoted him. This really is the big takeaway right here. This is the correct opinion to have. This almost isn't a matter of opinion. Have you seen the Odo hate post? No, Blitz, but if you link it and ping me, I'll take a look at that. You're welcome, W-Ox. And then here was my comment right here. Aren't a lot of these upcoming changes basically a direct result of the Pilestead Q&A? Dude, whoever this hog guy is, he's spitting right now. Hello, what's up, one and only Kihar? Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. The fact we're even getting bi-weekly blog posts is a direct result of the AMA. OP is delusional beyond measure. That being said, good on Arrowhead for keeping the community informed on what they're working on. Sounds like some long-awaited good changes are on the way. And then Mr. Epsilon here, Mr. Top Comment riding his high horse, decides to reply a few times. Pilestead's words about ship modules in the Galactic War from the AMA. Ship modules, big news. We're working on creating more interesting dynamic. Galactic War, we're working on improving it. Team really has some cool ideas. Oh, you sweet summer child, meaning something big is coming and you don't know what it means. Guy's defending sweet summer child, by the way. That's crazy. Dude, that hog guy needs a Discord server. Holy shit. And that Discord server needs a link. And that link is right here. And I'm putting it in chat right now. So if anybody wants to join, go crazy. We do super credit farming parties and new content too. Anyway, back to this. I could have sworn that this guy had some slop. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. You get it. There's some trash takes in here. Join the hog polycule. We're not calling it that. Guys, don't you know sweet summer child means... Guys, don't you know that means we're getting stuff in the summer? Dude, that means summer update, guys. He wasn't being dismissive. He was saying we're getting everything that we want in the summer. We're months away from the game. Guys, the game's about to get fixed. Holy shit. Helldivers is going to be so peak. So peak. So yeah, this post was trash. and it is gonna go in the Hall of Shame. You guys are gonna see me put it there. This is a Hall of Shame moment. Copy image. Hall of Shame. Hall of Shame. Hog has the gayest community alive. That's not even true. That's not even true. I have a cool community. What? Oh, this is just Reddit front page. I was like, why am I looking at GTA 6 stuff? Okay. Here's the other thing. Here's the other Reddit post that I wanted to talk about. What's everyone's thoughts on this? This Baskinator reply right here. It's a meme. Thought it was psychopath trying art therapy. That might be what it started as. Check your Discord. Check your Discord. I linked you a good comment. Copy link. Let's see. Let's see what Wazer has to say. This video encapsulates how I feel down to a T. Low key, I started watching this Odo video and I had to tune out. It kind of seemed like it was more of the same and I got exhausted pretty quick. But if it's good, maybe we can watch it on stream. Why do I keep hearing heartbeats? Junior Crash Out. I feel like that's chat. Do you guys hear heartbeats? Is my heart beating so loud the mic is picking it up? Maybe I got too angry. Too showery. I don't check in the comments. Let's see what Wazer has to say. Yup. Hate Odo all you want, but he says what needs to be said. Arrowhead up until very recently hasn't prioritized the player's enjoyment through gameplay and quality of life updates nearly enough, as much as they should have, is what he meant to say. Nerfing surges is the most tone-deaf thing I've seen a studio do when the community is literally on their hands and knees begging for more difficulty. Open it to... Oh. Yeah, that's probably it. Begging for more difficulty. Continuing on from that, they keep making changes that no one asks for and that they know will cause controversy for some reason. From an outsider view, like a few of my friends, they all said this looks like game sabotage. It being so bizarre to see happen over and over again. Obviously, this isn't the truth, but it's the most logical conclusion for them to understand. They refuse to believe a studio is that incompetent. On a good note, it's a shame that the game needed several review bombs and thousands of voices whining to them, but at least they're finally going forward with implementing a few community requested changes, albeit taking several months to do so. When some changes like strategy bounce, for example, is quite literally an on-off toggle, as if they're trying to do so in a way nobody asked for, which will lead to even more annoyance and controversy. I guess we'll see. I sure hope not. I hope it works just how it did at launch, alongside Hellpod steering when that gets fixed as well. Why is this guy getting downvoted? Like, not only is this the correct take, this isn't a hot take. Like, this is there something here that I'm missing? Like, I thought Wazer was sending me this because it was going to be like a trash Odo had it again, you know? r/held. Low-key, you guys should go upvote this comment. This guy deserves some support. They haven't been nerfing surges recently at all. By the numbers, they buff more than they nerf. I feel like this guy doesn't understand what it means to nerf a surge. They're less fun now. They don't spawn the enemies that they spawned at the start, but the enemies that they spawned at the start were fun as fuck. Like, this guy's right. Keep scrolling. What am I looking for, Wazer? Odo hate comment. How much of it is genuine criticism? How much is him just showing off screenshots from Discord or Steam? Oh, so none of these people actually watched the video. You didn't link me that? Oh, what did you link me? Oh, maybe I need to click this. Oh, wait, it wasn't Wazer. It was bullets. My bad. My fault. It's literally, yeah, no, this is, yeah, dude, this post sucks. Odo's latest video is honestly kind of sad, not from the perspective, actually, well, here, let me stay neutral. Let me read what they have to say. Not from the perspective that Odo himself is the reason for it, but mainly just that a game that he's passionate for has pushed him past his limits and made him react in such a way that I've pretty much never seen him act before. Everything he said in this video needed to be said, and I'm glad he didn't hold back. And before the official Odo haters come out of the woodworks to bash on the dude, you'll need to put aside whatever feelings you have for him and actually watch and listen to what he says, because I simply cannot fathom how anyone will watch this and still believe he's the bad guy or he's in the wrong. This is how I, and clearly many others, feel, and it doesn't need to be sugarcoated anymore. This is why I took away the downvote. I was wrong. This is a good post. Hate comments. No, it's definitely a hate comment. Like, every comment here is hating on Odo and also didn't watch the video. Okay, here. You know what? Hold on. Every comment here is hating on Odo and didn't watch the video. And I don't fuck with that. Should we watch the video, chat? Put a 1 if you want to watch the video. Put a 2 if you don't. You want to see what he has to say? Okay. All right. Everyone's saying 1. We're going to look at it. Genuinely, I tuned into this video and immediately tuned out because I thought it seemed... And no hate. This is just from my perspective. Thought it seemed whiny. I thought it seemed a little repetitive. Okay. I'm not the biggest Odo fan. I don't hate his content by any means. I think he's a good YouTuber. I just don't find it super entertaining all the time. However, I think this is clearly people are emotional about this video. It's 18 minutes. We got time. All right, chat. You guys are going to have to help me with audio levels, but let's see. Let's see. Well, right now it's muted, so that's not what we want.
Arrowhead cannot help themselves.
Yo. 0 dislikes. Oh, 71 dislikes.
But Monkey Paw so many aspects of the game to the point in which it doesn't even make any sense. They want a more difficult experience, one that rivals Elden Ring apparently, but they'll nerf it in ways that are actually engaging and fun. For instance, the recent surges. On February 17th, 2026, they fixed an issue where surge modifiers spawned more enemies than intended. Whoa! Our players are having so much fun against the Hulk surges, Impaler surges, Factory Strider surges.
This is the part that I watched.
Not Charger surges, Devastator surges. I know. Let's go ahead and reduce the spawn rate. Let's just go ahead and reduce how many enemies spawn because and we'll just say it's a bug. And even if it's a bug, keep it. Make it a feature because folks majoritively gave you feedback that those were really fun and engaging. And surges, by the way, gave you a great indication of what you're facing so you could actually make a build for it. It telegraphed information.
That's true. I didn't even think about that, but surges were kind of like a stand-in for communicating what the constellations are, huh?
Information, and it gave you a crazy experience that they could give you every now and again.
I will pause bubble.
Like, I wasn't, like, obviously we could have surges a lot, but they...
That's the thing, Nivek. Insane spawn rates is the whole point of surges. So I don't know.
It kept them away for months, and we just got them, and folks were a little peeved. On that same note with surges, they had to mix them with Jet Brigade. They had to mix... Your
balancing attempts has consequences, Hog. Your monkey paw... I'm not monkey pawing shit, bro.
So
I didn't do fucking
Jet
shit.
Brigade. I love Jet Hulks. What I don't love is...
I didn't do fucking shit.
I didn't do fucking shit.
I didn't shit.
I didn't do shit. I didn't do this. Sorry. Wait, that's my stream. Where's... Here we go.
These war striders you can't avoid.
Walter.
War
Put your pants on, Walter. I'm not having sex with you right now, Walter.
striders on virtually every single mission for Jet Brigade, and also way less Hulks to fight. And then the Devastator Surge with Incineration Automatons, that faction shoots fire bullets. You're encouraged...
Yes, you are. Your attempt to balance audio is blowing out my eardrums.
To wear fire-resist armor to avoid unnecessary...
Can we react to Hog Stream?
...damage. Not great. Very limiting, and there's no transmog to pick the fire-resist perk and something else.
Do that after.
So you're just shoehorned into...
Yo, we got a jingle? Sergeant Gunnery with the 25 Rons. Ron Weasley, thank you very much for your generosity. Put some W Sergeants in the chat. Devs don't hate money. Look at BattleBit. Made millions and was abandoned. Devs don't hate money. Look at BattleBit. Made millions and was abandoned. Kind of sounds like they do hate money from what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about with BattleBit, though. That game was a fucking shame. And by the time I was interested in trying it, the game was already dead. Long dead.
A boring armor perk for that.
Thank you again for your generosity.
But also... they get War Striders on a mission like Raise the Flag, a great one for crazy scenarios on surges beforehand. Now it's a bit dwindled down and pretty boring. But War Striders are just unavoidable on both the recent surges. Meanwhile, folks have been telling the devs relentlessly that War Striders aren't very fun, guys.
Is my sign crooked? Oh, my sign's a little crooked. There we go. Groundhog Crossing.
Forced on our throats all the time. Just food for thought. And going back to November 5th, 2024, reduced enemy spawn rates during the Raise the Flag objective and Spread Democracy missions to make the objective easier to complete. The same developers that are sitting there forcing arbitrary difficulty left and right in the silliest ways possible are going to sit there and nerf the difficulty that's actually meaningful. It does something. Folks are happy to engage with it for the most part. Some folks will obviously complain. That will always happen. But most players were having fun.
It'd be funny to see Hog's opinion on other games too. Maybe some indie... Oh, that's actually probably going to be happening pretty soon. Because, I mean, Helldivers is not kicking right now.
And you could even tell because there were almost more folks on the Surge for, I think, either Hulks or Devastators than there were on Cyberstand at one point in time, which was a major order. That is the clearest sign folks are enjoying it. And again, in their ultimate wisdom, they go, huh, we'll just nerf it. We'll just nerf it.
Yeah.
It's like, dog.
No, I mean, that's actually what happened.
Listening to? Who is coming up with these silly ideas to monkey pot, give folks what they ask for, but it's not what they want. And in this case, what they want is aligned.
7 instant devs around him, yet he isn't being flambéed. It's because Odo is a cheater and a bastard.
You want, or maybe it's just.
And he owes you $20.
I don't want. Dude, I don't want to be this guy that's like making up all these like random alternative motives. It's hard not to, but it's frustrating. This is absurdly frustrating because it hurts the game. It hurts content creators. Hi, name's Doe. I make content, and it just doesn't benefit.
Fuck you.
Anyone.
This is what
genuinely
all of Reddit said.
I don't know why it's happening. It's been happening for a while now. These are almost 2 years apart. Same stupid freaking changes for no reason that in both cases reduce difficulty and reduce enjoyment. And it's like, it's why do that? And it's just it's just 2 changes, Joe. Why are you complaining? Because it's these 2 changes on top of a plethora of other stupid.
Far West. See ya. Is Newbie leaving? Is that what's going on? Bye, Newbie. Far West, Payday 2, Resmod, DRG, and many other game reviews would be cool. I'm actually kind of cooking up a video that's similar to that right now. I have a couple ideas I'm noodling with.
Brain devoid changes that I've talked about for the past 2 years.
One of my video ideas includes many
forever
games.
Even fix. For instance. And I was being nice about it, but we can't fix Dragon Balls bouncing or your Hellpot steering being scuffed until later this year. Yes, you can. You most certainly can. But again, it'll probably be another case of monkey pawing it to where you give folks the fix that they're asking for, but it's not exactly what they're expecting. It's not just what it was, which was fine. What we had before was perfectly fine. What's the big deal? What are folks going to do? We're going to get high ground and toss a stratagem and not.
I've been thinking about getting Ultra Kill.
Arnia that doesn't even have maximum range to begin with. Like, I think most of our turrets have a...
The challenge is getting new games isn't super feasible for me right now because of the aforementioned stuff that I talked about in my Discord announcements. But as soon as I can get some money flowing back in,
a limited range,
then I can probably expand what we're talking about. I have a big backlog of games, though. So Ultra Kill probably isn't doable, but a lot of the other games that people want to see, I actually own.
So what is the
Far West did a difficulty increase update?
What's the worry that folks get high ground and do stuff? I can't think of many missions in which would actually hurt the game in a horrible way that folks get ridiculous high ground and can place sentries on crazy high ground. There's already missions that have ridiculous hills that can put a anti-tank emplacement and shoot fabricators for bots. And if you want to make it so they can't shoot fabricators for bots, just make it so you can't blow them up like a dent from Narnia. Higher difficulty, new fabricators that go back to the old ones where you can't just shoot it with anti-tank like an absolute zucchini and destroy it.
That would actually be a really good change, by the way.
Actually hit the freaking vent and break it that way.
Outer Wilds is a great game. I never finished it.
The reason I'm playing solo and mostly
I do own White Knuckle. White Knuckle, oof. Fuck, White Knuckle is a game, bro.
Surge clips is the group gameplay for it is simply not engaging. It's not.
If you guys haven't played White Knuckle, let me pull up the Steam page real quick. Oh, I even have it installed. I would highly, highly recommend this game. Highly, highly, highly recommend this game. One of the best games I have ever played.
Not fun. It's just not chaotic at all. It feels like a very slightly improved version of regular group gameplay, to which I just do solo anyway because that's more.
They did a DLC.
It's more challenging. But the original Surges,
I never finished the base game.
I played in a group for virtually every single one because it was that chaotic. Being in a group meant more spawns. And fun fact, doing that makes me want to play in a group. I enjoy that kind of chaos, and it seemed as though there's nothing my team could do in most cases to quell the chaos, which meant that I could pop off more. And yes, it's fun to carry the team if you can, and during Hulk Surges, I lost a fair bit because I kept using more skillful loadouts like AMR over the C4.
Oh, is that it?
Real quick though, if you guys like the hats, outwaysteams.com, more Odo merch, my brother makes hats and whatnot. Not sponsored, he doesn't pay me.
You don't need to, it's a side story.
And free shipping in America. The feedback that Arrowhead acts on is obviously not working. It hasn't been for the past 2 years.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it on stream because it's going to sound like I'm begging for donations. And that is I'll die before I beg for donations. But yeah, my life changed a little bit recently.
The grand scheme of things. Because regardless of how many good changes we've had, the negative ones are outweighing them by a pretty alarming amount. And I'm not sure if
it's arguably all of them.
The official Discord, the feedback forums, it's probably all three. But it's just not doing it, son. It's just, you're not getting an experience that folks are actually looking forward to. Instead, you're getting people that are now turning into overt doomers. They don't even trust that you have the
I'm invincible. Don't you worry.
Ability to make good decisions at all. That's the bed you've made for yourself. And this does not.
You got booted for cussing someone out once. Yeah, I didn't get booted, thank God. But
help.
It was one of those things.
This only makes it worse.
I actually can't discuss too much of it here. I signed an NDA during my time there, and I'm not sure what
because it was.
I'm at liberty to disclose or not.
Just a slam dunk, so simple, and you still muffed it up. Muffed, whatever.
Odo doesn't speak English.
And it makes me seem like I'm just this person that can never be happy. Meanwhile, I've praised the Factory Stratter Surges. I even enjoyed the Hulk Surges, even though there were some issues. The invisible hitboxes weren't great. Them twisting torsos weren't great. But
actually, Helldivers is a solo game that can be played with friends. Right now, it fucking is.
I tend to look past the bugs consistently, and instead,
this is actually a really interesting point from the perspective pretty much exclusively of a content creator. People might run into it on Reddit as well, but like I feel this sometimes. What he just said, he was like, Arrowhead makes so many bad changes that covering them makes it seem like Odo is just a hater and like a grifter. But like but he's not. He's just accurately reporting on what's happening. Yo, 70 viewers like the stream now.
I focus on the intentional choices the devs make. They either improve the game or make it worse. That's what I look at, because that's far more actionable than these things that happen on accident. And it's getting to the point in which the devs will do things that aren't on accident.
I feel like
on purpose.
Arguably, most of the changes they make the game worse. And like at best, it's a 50-50.
And they haven't been. It's been a
hello there, Hog. What up, Roba? How you doing?
Recurring trend, and people.
It's not. What's not even profitable?
Still give them benefit of the doubt. Oh, they didn't mean. Oh, it's just a bug that chargers recover after charging, and they don't lift their wagon whatsoever, so you can't shoot them in the back. It's just an accident.
What the fuck just happened?
It so happens to co-align to essentially align with all the previous changes they make to enemies that don't make any sense, but we'll ignore that. Because of course, accidents happen, guys, even though they've admitted to all these secret nerfs consistently. Anyway, here's a rant, because this one apparently wasn't. Is it a Berserker surge?
Weren't you just ranting?
Is it a Devastator surge, or is it a War Strider surge? Like, bro, they mess up the easiest stuff, and it's like, how are you not supposed to get upset at these brain-dead decisions that are just so simple? Like, dog, maybe you take the feedback that War Striders suck so much to play against, and you don't spam them with surges. Raise the Flag almost never has War Striders, but with Incineration Automatons, for some reason it has it. It's just so stupid. Like, they think it's just difficulty. Oh, it's just difficulty.
Is my mic picking up on that?
They're pursuing difficulty in the stupidest way possible, and they're reluctant to make change because...
Are you scooting on out? Lord Scortungus, take care of yourself.
From brain-dead idiots. That's what it is. Folks that hide behind the guise of being good and telling folks to get better, so it gives them like some superiority complex whenever they can't even do a morsel of what other folks can in the game itself. Like, they can't handle...
Hot take. Surges should exist, but they shouldn't exist in the capacity that they do. They should be way, way, way more standard. I would almost argue that they should be like random chance whenever you start a mission. And it should tell you what surge is happening. They should have one for every enemy type, or almost every enemy type. Nobody wants to see like a Hive Lord surge. But if they would just do that, it would make mission variety bigger. It would make build crafting better. And it would fix the problem of, isn't that just a mission seed? Kind of, yeah. But they treat surges like their own exclusive thing. I say get rid of the whole make surges an event thing. I say implement them into the core gameplay loop as random chance.
They can't begin to...
I want Trooper Surge, yeah.
...handle difficulty they're asking for in the first place. So they're okay with making the game more annoying to play because they won't experience it. It's stupid. It's brain dead. It is beyond mind-numbing. And I just...
After Johan's AMA, when they mentioned they'd report every other week and want to effectively communicate with us, he clearly cares for... Dude, fuck yeah, he cares for the game.
I don't get it. Like, I'm sitting there just trying to engage with this garbage, and it's like...
I think one thing that people need to understand is that when you decide that you're going to make content for a game, like, I guess in theory, you could intentionally make hateful content for a game that's good, to be a contrarian and get, like, you know, hate clicks and whatnot. But I feel like in my opinion, the best content that you can make is the content that's the most authentic. Because if it's a viewpoint that you truly believe in, you're going to be able to expand and elaborate on that in a way that's much better than if you were just making it up, right? I don't think a lot of Helldivers content creators, especially in the beginning, had a lot of incentive to lie about the state of the game. I think they had a lot of incentive to just speak honestly about what their experience was. You might argue there's a little bit more of incentive now to make negative content than there is positive content for Helldivers. Like right now, we get 72 viewers. And I had a positive thumbnail. When I make a thumbnail that's like Arrowhead fucked up, I've had 200 plus, you know? But I don't know, what's the point that I'm trying to make here? People too often dismiss negative feedback of a game as grifting and disingenuous, when I think in reality, at least in the case of Helldivers, it makes more sense to be critical of the game than it does to be supportive of it in the state that it's in right now.
So many changes they make also make the game more annoying. Like my turrets die faster for no fucking reason, because sure,
whoa, I felt that in my soul.
We'll just go ahead and increase durable damage because that makes no fucking sense, and we do like we're Arrowhead. We do things that make no sense.
But no, for real stuff. Like, he's spitting right now. What the fuck was up with the durable damage changes? What was up with that? What the hell? Like actually, what the hell? Who thought that was a good idea?
Just like quit arrowheading the game.
None of the players did.
Aim for 2.
I haven't seen one person support the durable damage changes. Not a single one. That's rare.
2 seconds. Make some changes that require brains, like 2 brain cells, just 2. Not ask for a lot. 2 brain cells that generate energy.
The folks defending Arrowhead either mix up critiquing the game and making fun of it, or they just don't care that they're wrong. I think it's both.
To create a cohesive thought that is worth actually pursuing.
Dermal damage is a really bad system. I 100% agree. It adds nothing. It's all it's doing is manipulating the amount of damage that you do, but it doesn't make more meaningful interactions. All it does is reinforce an explosive meta because certain enemies are like way more. Actually, all enemies are more susceptible.
But like,
but the more durable they are, the more susceptible they are to explosion damage because explosives ignore durable damage.
Stop pushing this garbage in players' faces constantly and calling it difficulty.
I mean, that might make sense if the only explosive weapons we had were stratagems, but we have explosive primaries and secondaries. I think we have an explosive for every category.
I'm ragdolled half the fucking game. I'm just trying to have a good time, dude. And my thing is, if I'm not having a good time and I am pretty good at the game, I get paid to play it.
What I mean when I say now there's an explosive, and I meant when they created the system, which was from the game's start. So yeah, I mean, it's been there the whole time.
What are other people experiencing?
And with the Eruptor, it only got hard reinforced.
That's what I think about. And at the end of the day, you can make things difficult without making it arbitrarily annoying for no good reason. And instead, you pursue meaningful challenge to a degree in which people enjoy failing. They enjoy losing, and they want to get better. And once you get to the end result, that's also fun. Instead, it
is kind of hilarious how we can have an explosive meta and the BFGL is still trash.
Ball busting. I'm dragging my nuts across the Saharan desert on 10 miles of broken glass, just fiending for an ounce of enjoyment. And once we get it, the devs take it away. Are you serious?
Almost half of his ammo's gone, by the way.
We asked for surges. You give us this bullshit. And every time we get difficulty that actually matters to some capacity, they remove that too. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, the automatons are spawning a little too many dropships on race to flag max difficulty.
No way in the
we'll
chat?
Go ahead and reduce it. That's what we wanted. That's what the folks that have a functioning goddamn brain are asking for. That the difficulty that actually means something.
That's the other thing. The Helldivers is not fucking hard. It's actually kind of frustrating how not hard Helldivers is.
No, horde shooter nonetheless. And instead of that, which they did that, and they also reduced.
We want difficulty, not tedium. 100% agree. I've never played a difficulty in Far West where I thought it was tedious. I'm on the edge of my seat the whole fucking time.
Surges had a bug that just made it actually fun to play against. We handled that. We wouldn't want you guys to have fun against the fun surges with more enemies in a horde shooter that you can actually know what you're facing. Hulk surge, tons of Hulks. Bring a build for Hulks. Devastators, tons of Devastators. Bring a build for Devastators.
I want my overwhelming odds. Me too. I want fighting in Helldivers to look like that scene from Starship Troopers where they're in the base on Klendathu and then like all of those bugs swarm over the hills.
Devastators. It solved tons of problems.
But that would require actual optimization.
Was fun to play against, and they still messed it up? Are we serious?
Just frustrating due to arbitrary bullshit. Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing. People talk about, like, we're talking about the game is too hard. Usually we're not failing missions. We're just frustrated when we die for stupid reasons.
Oh, man. But instead of that, all we get is the annoying enemies shoved down our throats.
Stream only has 3 lives.
Constantly.
I'm pretty sure it has more than 3 lives.
No matter what. New Hive World, guys. Opens the box. Alpha Commander spam. Rupture Strain garbage initially.
It's got 21.
So many enemies are just really tanky, or they ragdoll you, or both. Sometimes not fun to play against. It's like, take that feedback. Take that feedback and maybe keep it there, whatever, but let me avoid it a little bit. But it's so hard to avoid because so much of the new content, so much of the new events that are fun to play against, or they should be fun to play against, are intertwined with that garbage.
Kind of unrelated, but I think 10 separate difficulty levels is too many. It spreads the player base thin and makes it harder for Arrowhead to balance them all. I half agree with that. I'm okay with there being 10 difficulty levels, but I think the core issue is that the gap between difficulty 7 and difficulty 10 isn't big enough. The difficulties don't accomplish different things. That's the main problem.
Case in point, the recent surges. Jet Brigade.
I'd be fine if there were 10 with there being 10 difficulties if like D7 felt like D10 does right now, you know?
War Striders.
And then they could ramp it up more. Like, I want there to be a difficulty that I cannot consistently complete. Not that nobody can, but that I can't. Because I'm not that good.
Instant automatons. War Striders on Raise to Flag map. So no matter what I do, it's just difficult to avoid this garbage.
1 to 5 feels almost exact. Dude, I don't even know why they agree.
It's just
excuse me, I read that. I don't even know why they exist.
Not fun to play against objectively. It's fine to exist to a degree, but not to the point in which I just simply...
The issue is that the difficulty spikes erratically between levels. That's also true.
Simply can't ignore it. You see the problem?
Do you know how many perma D7 Glazers would be mad if they did that? I don't give a fuck about them, dude.
I think it's
not one.
You don't have to be a coder. You don't have to make video games. All you have to do is have common sense. But again, maybe it's just the devs listening to the dumbest motherfuckers on planet Earth that are either not good at video games or they're good, but they're so bad at interpreting what difficulty means that they will just sit there and say that everything is, if it's more difficult, that's all that matters. And this happens in so many games. Remnant 2.
The inverse also happens too. Some people decide that when something is too difficult, then it's automatically bad. Or if it's more difficult, it's automatically bad. That I think this is one of the better examples of tying back into that thing where people say that players are really good at identifying issues, but not good at fixing them. And that's actually something that I don't agree with. I think the problem with players fixing issues is that generally player bases tend to be very large and diverse, which means they're going to be divided. But Helldivers is kind of uniquely... I'm going to burp real quick. Helldivers is pretty uniquely aligned with what they think would fix the game. And I think it's because the issues are so glaringly obvious that, like, either you're just saying there are no problems, or if you're saying the problems exist, you're talking about the same stuff as everybody else, which is really good.
Dauntless, Helldivers 2, and even Far Far West. Oddly enough. Like, that's more so like the players, by the way. On that last one, I'm referring to players who consistently justify occasional bad decisions under the guise of it makes the game more challenging, but they'll excuse the degradation.
Full transparency. I don't know what he's about to say. I used to be one of these players, and I sincerely apologize. I was a fan of War Striders when they came out because they required anti-tank. I was the just bring a recoilless rifle guy. Now, this was well over a year ago, but my opinions have developed quite a bit in the past, like, year and a half. So, sorry for that. My fault.
Of the
I have grown.
Of life, the baseline of fun being reduced.
I was so desperate for challenge that I would take it in any form. Yeah. Hog sins. It's true.
And honestly, the difficulty not increasing by that much. That's how it goes. If it makes it more challenging, nothing else matters. But of course it does. And in most cases, the games I've listed, these folks made changes to them that affected all...
It's the old Hog, all right? This is the new Hog.
All difficulties. Not just the highest one. But, hey, man, we want a difficult game.
It used to be a Quasar
Focus on fun
Glazer.
first.
Our Hog grounded himself. Bars.
Do not for a second begin to diminish the fun so haphazardly to make it more challenging when folks didn't buy the game for the difficulty to begin with. You can
Utter 10 hail arrowheads and your sins will be forgiven, my child. I would sooner die.
Challenging, but do so in a meticulous, intelligent manner, which requires effort.
By the way,
but
why the fuck does this still happen? You see that thing that the Hulk's body just did?
To begin with. You can make a game challenging, but do so in a meticulous...
Why does that still happen?
Intelligent manner, which requires effort.
Hog is sleeping outside in the puddle tonight.
We aren't seeing that in some games these days. We're just seeing these stupid changes being made on a whim, and they're just hoping it works out based on the feedback of some Muppets.
And they also take fucking forever to make those changes. Like, if they were at least just throwing out experiments and, like, seeing what works and then fine-tuning it as time went on, we'd probably have a good game by now. But they will wait for literal months between, like, the meaningful changes that they make. And all of the changes feel like they... You know what Arrowhead updates feel like? They feel like somebody who didn't do, like, their project. And then the day before it's due, they realize, oh shit, I haven't even started. And they just slap together some bullshit and then present it to the class.
That might be great at the game, but they're bad at understanding it. It is definitely popular to hate Helldivers.
Even the Hiveguard patch took like a whole... Yeah, no, what the fuck is up with that? That should have been a hot fix.
Too, but I don't make negative videos because of that reason. In fact,
it took them 8 days to revert Hiveguard. It's taken them over 50 in order to fix the Warbond gear.
In fact, they're not good for my channel. When I make these videos and they actually have a good point to them and folks are like, wait a minute, that makes sense. Now they have less reason to watch Helldivers 2 content or to even play the game in the first place. That's not particularly conducive.
Very true.
To a channel whose primary...
You mean the 40k collab announcement? I was talking more about like the durable damage changes, but I wouldn't not put the 40k collab announcement in that boat. I'm a little 50-50 on the 40k collab announcement because it was definitely designed to be aligned with Warhammer Skulls. It makes sense, right? So that was probably in the works for a while, but I think they were banking on it fixing more than it did and generating more hype than it has.
Focus is gameplay and
last minute homework. Oh no, that's what I'm talking about.
Guides for the game that, by the way, are way more evergreen. Negative critique videos, for the most part, are not evergreen.
Lumber and Turret Flamer, that's what I'm talking about, dude. It's been like 50 plus days.
They potentially get crazy views initially, but even then, who cares? Because for advertisers, I don't think those folks are excited about negative videos either. I don't know for certain, but the fact of the matter is, I have a second channel with 700 subs, and I'm posting gameplay videos that are, I would say, ratio-wise, beating my main channel that has 230,000 subs. If I sat here and just posted positive videos...
Worse than last minute homework using... Guys, this is ChatGPT balancing. You're so right.
All the time. This channel and I would be far more successful. But
ChatGPT, fix the balancing in my game, but make sure that you don't get rid of Hellpod steering locker stratagem bounds. Keep those. People love those.
Don't have the ability to do so. And maybe other folks are just blind to the actual issues. That'd be the hope. Otherwise, they're like complacent. They're complicit. I think that's the word. And they're going along with the nonsense. And they essentially put on a facade where they actually don't like the changes, but they'll sit there and tell you everything's fantastic. In my case, I have a hard time doing that. And I've been this way since the game came out. I loved it up until that very first update where they had hidden changes that made stuff worse. You took more damage, took more headshot.
Heavy Hiveguards was genuinely some ChatGPT shit. Dude, I can't believe they decided that was a good idea. That was unbelievable.
Enemies were moving weirdly. Those were not conveyed changes in the patch notes.
Speaking of the Warhammer 40k collab real quick, I'm super hyped to run my shovel and lasgun with my friends.
I never said
I wish I was hyped. Like I'm genuinely the guy that collab is made for, and I'm not hyped. But if you're looking forward to it, I am not gonna yuck your yum, bro. You enjoy.
Do that.
Fucking buy it. Go crazy. Oh, uh-oh.
So I've been very consistent, man.
Oops.
And it sucks that even with my consistency, now I get lumped into the crowd of folks that don't even have anything to say. And just, the game is terrible. The game will never be good. I'm not saying that. I'm in fact offering very simple solutions to make the game good. And in fact, most of the time, it's just, hey, do the thing you were already doing. Don't change it. That's, for Surges, for instance, that is the advice. Do what you did before. Why change it? If you're going to fix it, fix the things that I gave feedback on. The invisible hitboxes for bodies. Maybe make bodies despawn faster.
So the Windows reverb of Doom and
Pilates or Zumba while they're chasing it down.
On my unsupported Windows 10.
Fix those issues.
My PC actually can't run Windows 11. Thank God.
As always, I just want the game to be more fun. It is not rocket science, but the devs make it seem so because they are monkey paw enthusiasts, and it needs to stop.
Ooh, excuse me, sorry.
I promise you, man. Every time they give us a buff, they have to find like a way.
Yeah, my PC can't run Windows 11, but now I've seen all the issues with it. I'm gonna stay on Windows 10.
And that's just weird. Is it a cultural thing? Is it like a Swedish thing? I don't know. Genuinely, I don't know because I have not actually seen this level of monkey paw in any game I've ever played. I've seen Ego.
I think it kind of is a Swedish thing. And I was talking with my dad about this the other day. The last thing I want to do is introduce any kind of phobia into my streams. I got nothing against Swedish people at all, okay? I'm talking specifically about Swedish game developers. Think about like some famous game developers made by Swedish people. I found out that Payday made by the Swedes the other day. We've all seen Payday 3. Payday 2 was a disaster when it launched. Arc Raiders, Helldivers, Darktide, probably a couple of others. all games that are beloved by their fans, all games with deep, deep, deep-seated issues. Minecraft doesn't count.
Oh, the ego's there, I think, at least, unless it's a cultural thing. Anyway, that's the video, and I just want Helldivers 2 to make better choices.
Payday 2 did end up being a gem, but it had a troubled lifespan. I watched a video all about it.
But please stop making the exact same mistakes, which I pointed out at the very start of this video. The two things that are absurdly similar that both lead to less enjoyment. For what? What's the actual gain? When you make changes to the game itself, just ask yourself, will it be better off?
Dude, don't mention Pearl Abyss right now, bro.
In the long
I can't handle how good their support is.
Run. Or are we just doing this?
They added wyverns to Crimson Desert
to fulfill our own selfish desires. Maybe you're just listening to the wrong people, though. That's the optimistic view. But we'll see what happens. Thank y'all for your time, and have a good day.
So that's the video that garnered all that hate, huh? That's the video that garnered all that hate. Yo, why is Doom Guy jacked? All he said in this video was that they're dude, I've been getting back into Monster Hunter recently. We might even play some on stream. I don't know. Why did everybody hate this video so much? Like, am I losing touch? This really wasn't a huge crash out. It was just him saying they're making the same mistakes over and over again. It's making the game less fun to play. He does owe you $20. That's true. Wow. That was a good video. I would appreciate it if you guys went and gave Odo a like and told him that the Hog sent you. There's a few links for it. They didn't watch it. They just hated. Yeah, no, I think, don't tease me with Monster Hunter like that. Dude, I love Monster Hunter so much. Monster Hunter Wilds has been feeling good recently, actually. Yeah, people are really, really, really hating that video. Yeah, no, that was good. Okay. Now, this is kind of exciting, okay? We're going to take a break from the hating and whatnot, which I know is why a lot of y'all are here. I'm going to stretch out real quick. Plot Coalition has dropped another episode of Heroes of the Galactic War. What do you think about the Wilds expansion announcement? I'm incredibly hyped for it. Ascension looks really good. Did you watch Iron Lung? I did watch Iron Lung. I liked it. Very, very slow burn. Very slow burn. But it was good. It was a faithful recreation of the game. Or it was very faithful to the game, I should say. We have a new episode of Heroes of the Galactic War. If you guys don't know, this is the anthology series that's based on the different war bonds in Helldivers that's done by the people who made the Helldivers movie for Liberty. They did one episode. It was really good. And this one is themed around a few kind of cool war bonds. So we're going to go full screen for this bitch. It's 15 minutes. And we're going to watch it together. Let's see what you got for me. Fair warning, I might geek out a little bit. I really like this guy's work. The following team is made by a small team using Unreal Engine over the course of 9 weeks. Here's the Galactic War is made possible by a YouTube channel. Oh, that feels kind of loud. You're hopping off for now, getting tired. See you, fellow hogs. Take care. How's the audio, guys? Very loud? Okay, yeah. How's this? Is that a little better? Sorry, guys. Sorry. Is this better? Force of law, control. Let's see what they were again. Damn, nobody. Why did like fucking 10 people, still a little high? So many people just left. I guess nobody cares about Plot Coalition. Oh well. You You shook my room and woke up my cat. My fault. Take care, Wazer.
Listen up, valiant Helldivers, for democracy will not repeat itself twice. The city of New Alexandria's electrical grid faces a catastrophic bomb threat. 157 kilometers of humanity hang.
You gave the levers tinnitus, that's fair.
Your objectives: clear the streets, locate this detonator, and disarm that bomb.
Okay,
so
there's a bomb.
Whether it be apostates of democracy or whispers of undemocratic behavior, permission to excoriate either which vermin stand in your way.
Now see, this is kind of hype, because Force of Law always had a good aesthetic. It always had a good aesthetic.
Strategic Quadrant Unified Interdiction and Response Task Force.
His cape looked a little goofy there. Stream super laggy for me. Is stream laggy for anyone else?
Chief reports the target is an 18 to 35-year-old John Doe with disposable income.
We got a name?
No, we're flying blind.
What else is new? Sounds like another Tuesday at the office. Ha! That's what I like about you, Super Officer Mason Jamoa.
He's doing the
You're
Geralt
like a
voice.
brother to me.
Hell yeah.
Are you guys ready?
Okay. This is something that bothers me. So many people do the handshake like they're grabbing their fingers. You're supposed to get your fucking... You're supposed to clasp where your thumb is. You don't grab like this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's harder to animate properly.
I believe discretion was advised.
I see it all the time.
Considered and judiciously ignored.
Everyone, just stay inside your homes and keep...
Rewind, let me get a good look.
A brother to me.
See, what the fuck is that? His thumb is around like his pinky. What the fuck? That is not how it goes.
I believe discretion was advised.
Discretion was considered and
Yeah, they're like
judiciously
like
ignored.
this. That was kind of sick with the warp pack.
Stay inside your homes and keep the news on.
Ooh,
Disarm the bomb.
the music's going kind of crazy.
And kill the freaks.
You can leave the streets to us.
And when we're done, this roadblock has a date with a damn fine piece of democracy.
Stay vigilant, Helldivers. Your infatuations can wait until we find that bomb.
Arrowhead doesn't deserve the fans that they have, dude. This is awesome. So they're doing the dread thing. They gotta find a bomb in a big building.
Suspicious light detected.
Ready to breach. Stack up.
Minimum friendly fire.
When the cops see a suspicious light under your door, so they blow your house down. What the fuck? Bro, you do not know what is behind that door.
Clear.
Oh shit.
No, don't let him. Don't let him take my right to...
Yeah, dude, the pacifier does not do that.
Mason Jamoa. You're like a brother to me.
That's crazy.
Force of the law. Just like you would have wanted.
He was already dead. He snapped his neck.
One hell of a Tuesday at the office, Jamoa. The whole apartment building must be infected.
Yo, did he just swap it to pacify mode?
Epoch.
That was kind of cool.
Disposable income. It's him.
Pursuing.
Yo, that was clean.
Stop resisting.
I feel like the voice acting and plot coalition stuff is pretty lacking, to be 100% honest. But their animation can look so good.
No sign of the bomb. Continuing sweep.
How's it going outside?
What do you guys think? Am I being a hater? Dude waited until his neck was snapped, then mag dumped his head. No, genuinely. What the fuck? In fact, I'll take it a step further. I think that sound effects in general are not Plot Coalition's strong suit.
You might not have been a cop, but you were a damn good Helldiver. Mason Momoa, it says here that you've inflicted over 19,000 cats of friendly fire and super tech.
Some animations are a little stiff, but most of them are really good.
Good job, son. Keeping the numbers low. Now what are we gonna do since the John doesn't? You've gotta stop doing that.
It's never gonna stop doing that, bro.
How's crowd control going?
Guys, if you don't know, that was a reference to how dog shit the Arc Dog is. Damn, they're schmoovin', bro.
Like we're gonna need a new ride. And the best damn squad car on the force is out of commission.
Who said anything about a car?
Yo! Hellbike! That's tough. That's tough. That's cool. Why is she sitting like that?
Serve up some freedom.
Surely that's not how... Bro. She is sitting like an iPad kid. Bro, she looks like an iPad kid kneeling on the floor.
Serve up some freedom.
Okay, that is seriously sick though.
Movement of your little triangle on my health pad is not indicative of a hasty search.
Bike is so much larger than the B-roll made it look, dude. I wish we had that.
Oh, no bomb. No bomb. Illuminate monolith. No bomb. Hey, you heard her, right?
No,
Why is she like throwing a tantrum?
Hey, you
No
heard
bomb.
her, right?
no,
That is so cool.
Intersection
That
in
is
10
so
seconds.
cool.
We'll pick you up.
and we're coming in hot.
It's like the Batman motorcycle.
That's a lot of illuminating.
Cry diving mentioned.
Dive, boys.
Okay, I feel like the physics for that scene would never have worked the way they just did, but it's fine.
And twice as fast. Get on.
Dude, Hellbike with machine guns on the front though? What a sick idea.
Illuminate presence here is worse than we thought. You might start seeing hordes outside.
We've reached the same conclusion.
Then destroy the blooming thing. The money wants it.
We can't. We could trigger an invasion. We think it's tethered to a secondary device. Like a homing beacon?
Yes. Oh, that might be it.
Permission to destroy it. Will you quit doing that?
Denied, idiot. Things need disabling with gentle finger touch, not destroying like monkey with hammer. That beacon might need it away from anything illuminate. So if you've got it,
Then we're bait, just like in 82. Understood. Loud and clear.
Just like in 82. Yo, Bite of 87 reference. Yo, holy shit! What the fuck? Instant replay, please. That was sick! Holy shit. That was so cool.
I'm gonna go give that guy a ticket.
So you wanna dance, huh?
Oh, dude.
Well, here's my
Whoa.
glow stick.
Melee combat if Arrowhead weren't chuds.
Oh, that's so much better.
The music is going crazy.
Just 2 guns.
Dual variables goes crazy.
Hey, boys. I won the fight, buddy.
Damn.
I'll see you later. Suburban.
That's actually cool.
Damn it, Suburban.
You gotta do something swag, bro. Oh, shit.
He's out of the tank.
I know. We are the best thing you have
Pete
seen all day,
Gruntacy.
eh?
Thanks for
That's
dropping
what I was
by.
thinking.
Appreciate it. Wait, weren't there like 3 of you before?
Oh, yeah. V2? She died.
What? Turns out you're not supposed to touch those monoliths, but science requires sacrifice.
We didn't stop the invasion.
But we might be able to stop the next one.
Hand stuck in the cookie
if you
jar.
can extract on the other side of that bridge, the Ministry of Science may be able to utilize that homing device to command the Illuminate fleet.
Oh, like reverse the polarity.
Sure, buddy.
But I can't just leave you all here. I've already
Unshielded
lost my
Sam.
mentor,
Unshielded ship,
my
where's the
best
Sam?
friend,
0 out of
his
10.
friend.
No, dude, seriously,
And
where's
those
the lore
other two,
accuracy?
I'm pretty sure we're friends.
This is what we do, Helldiver.
Nah, I make a better roadblock than a backseat driver.
That's a reference to the fact that that armor is called Roadblock.
We didn't have much choice that night, but we all knew this was bigger than any of us. They weren't just the best cops I
You guys should probably start shooting.
They were the
There you
greatest
go.
Helldivers New Alexandria had ever seen. I may have lived to see another day, but I'll continue to recount their bravery and heroism that night. For as long as we tell their stories, the dead will never die.
That was cool. That was cool. I really liked that. Why is there so much... Oh, are these all the credits? Who the fuck is disliking this? That was cool. All right. Hell yeah. Where's my stream? Go like that video. Tell them Hog sent you. That was great. I really, really liked that. Honestly, these guys did one... Dude, I really, really like Plot Coalition. There's like a certain level of polish that like I would want to see that might just not be feasible with the manpower that they have. But I really, really think that they could improve their voice acting and audio quality with just a little elbow grease. Because they put so much work into setting some of these things up. And sometimes the lack of good audio, especially like with the balancing, because sometimes the explosions are really, really quiet. It can just make it fall kind of flat. But the actual content of the episode, super sick. I wonder... Ooh. Sorry, there's like a pimple in my nose or something. I wonder what's going on with the Xbox showcase. Oh, is it done? Is it done? What the fuck? What's going on? Okay, it looks like it was 2 hours. Why? Can we get like a summary?
Here.
Oh, yeah, that's the new Gears, huh? Gears of War E-Day. You got any Gears fans in the chat? I've never been a Gears fan. Xbox game showcase summary. Here we go, from Polygon. Every big announcement. Gears of War E-Day. It's an Xbox exclusive. Will it be on PC? Playground shut off Fable's Dark Side. Halo Campaign Evolved has a release date and new missions. Residence Plague Tale. Persona 4. Oh, we got State of Decay. State of Decay 3 trailer. Oh, here we go. This is what I want to see. If you guys haven't played State of Decay, great game. What do you got for me? This is a zombie game where when survivors die, they die forever. My fear with State of Decay 3 is that they'll just do more of the same from the first and second game. State of Decay was also always a game with a great framework.
And I used to argue about what ended the world.
But it had some jank. And like, I want to see what the Red Dead 2 version of State of Decay is.
A virus. Something worse. Started in quiet towns. Empty roads. Places the world forgot.
Gears of War and Clockwork Revolution. What's Clockwork Revolution?
Guys, I found a nest. These survivors found each
Finally, some gameplay.
Walls, pushed back against the night.
So far, it's looking a lot like the second game.
Is the world
Show me something hyped, guys.
Than ever. The dead aren't just wandering anymore.
Clockwork Revolution is a different take on Dishonored. Ooh, that sounds interesting.
In the end, it doesn't matter what you believe.
I feel like this trailer's really not giving us a whole lot.
What matters is that when the dead come through the dark, so do we.
Why did she? Why? Why is she jumping like a gazelle, bro? I mean, all right. It wasn't. Excuse me. It wasn't a bad trailer. It's kind of mid. Oh, here we go. Best Xbox Showcase 2026 trailers. Do we have timestamps? Okay. Don't care. 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 Clockwork Revolution. Here we go.
It's my kind of night. Alarms are ringing. Bullets are flying.
I have to clear my throat again. What is happening?
My fingers slip. And every copper in the tangle is on my tail.
I'll ever get stuck in a throat clearing loop.
Hooligans, come to order.
Piss off! Let me introduce you to some of my.
I gotta be honest, I'm not really hyped for Metro. There's nothing wrong with Metro.
Have schemes.
Me, I prefer to make it up as I go.
I like his design.
Oh, you'll have better odds getting through
He looks cool.
Everyone knows you're easy pickings for someone with any sand.
Then give my regards to the Sandman. Cheap rubbish.
Cool.
Ox in hand is worth two in the grave, as they say.
Look at the bloody airships. We're not here for you.
Not here for me. I'm Anne fucking Darrow.
Time to lay our hands to mischief.
We've been preparing to.
I gotta be honest, this trailer's really not giving me a whole lot. But I like Dishonored.
Morgan, get to that crane to lower the ship.
Greetings.
So I'd be willing to at least keep my eye on this.
Auto-loading crane. If you have the authority, I am at your service.
What happens if I fired a few holes in you?
The lift is now unlocked.
Ah, defeat. How sad. You were all doing so well.
Do you expect us to go quietly?
Well, I certainly don't expect any trouble from some of Avalon's most disposable citizens.
I don't know. I feel like the showcase seems pretty lame. Am I wrong? What do you guys think about the games on offer here?
You've just jumped about 25 years back in time.
Now,
this
keep in mind, I'm not a Gears fan.
Is ripe
so,
for changing
maybe
the course
Gears
of history.
is gonna be
This
but
life
like
ain't
as a
one for
whole,
granting easy choices. But I just found a way to control the past. Change who's in
seems
control.
quirk, but Chungus.
Make things unfair.
I didn't realize you were a poet, Blitz.
In our favor. Brought you a little toy with a big mouth.
What a proper little villain.
A better villain than you'll ever be, you decrepit old soak.
This is a long trailer for the amount they're not showing us.
Always different how they do ya, the ways they stick it to ya, and when they're done with chucking it up the old downstairs, well, they're all gonna screw you in the end.
Oh my god, did I get back just in time?
Like us.
I mean, just in time to see whatever this is. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a hater,
this
but...
time, with a chance to steal it. What more could an honest
yeah, I rock with the aesthetic, but I like anything steampunk. So it's a steampunk Dishonored film. I don't know, man. Yeah. Nothing here is really speaking. Like, there's okay, Spyro, that's cute. E-Day, that's cute. You know. But like, compare this to State of Play announcements. Ace Combat. Ace Combat's going to be cool, all right? I'm not super hyped for it, but Ace Combat's going to be cool. Banjo the Chef, fucking Dave the Diver spinoff. That sounds hype. Control Resonant. This game looks good. Like, really good. Dune Awakening. Dynasty Warriors. God of War. I think it's Leve. I know some people have mixed opinions on this, but it's a fucking God of War game. It's going to be good. Marathon. Marvel fighting game. Whatever, not for me. Wolverine? Wolverine looks hype as fuck. Wolverine looks really fucking good. Ill looks fucking awesome. I don't know what Kamuri is. No Rest for the Wicked. I don't remember what this one is. Onimusha? Onimusha looks great. God of War review was Room with the Cube. I've seen people don't like the Cube. Phantom Blade Zero, hype as fuck. Hype as fuck. New Silent Hill, fuck yeah. New Rayman, fuck yeah. Stuntman Hollywood, I don't know what that is. Lost Wild, I don't know what that is. Tomb Raider, I'm kind of 50-50 on Tomb Raider. Fucking Until Dawn sequel. This is hype. Like 80% of these titles are titles I will probably get. Platform regardless. I can get Xbox games on PC. Nothing here is speaking to me. Nothing at all. Let's take a look at Summer Games Fest announcements. Let's do... Oh, here we go. Fuck it. We'll give IGN the click. Summer Games Fest. Final Fantasy, I don't really give a fuck about that. Street Fighter, I don't give a fuck about Street Fighter. Wolf Among Us 2, this is huge. I never played Wolf Among Us, but I know that any Wolf Among Us fans in the chat have been eagerly waiting for a sequel. You're finally getting it. Power World full release, that's pretty hype. Attack on Titan, I mean, okay. Clutch, I don't know what that is. Hot Wheels, I don't really care. Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance. We're going to watch, you know what? We're going to come back and watch this trailer in a second. Among Us story game, whatever. Oh, yeah, and Wolf Among Us Remaster. That's fucking cool. The Blood of Dawnwalker. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty major title that's coming out. Star Wars Zero Company. I know some people are excited for this. This is like an XCOM type game, right? Or am I wrong? Excuse me. Yeah, XCOM style Star Wars game. Lords of the Fallen 2. That's going to be good. Saw Genesis seems kind of weird and wacky, but like that's interesting at least, you know? 1666 Amsterdam. I don't know what this is. Mafia Old Country expansion. Mafia Old Country was really good. So, cool. I actually played the Dead is Disco demo. It was pretty neat. RuneScape Dragon Wilds. I thought this looked kind of generic. Not going to lie. I hope this DLC can redeem Monster Hunter Wilds. God, me too. Me too. Virtua Fighter Crossroads. I don't really care about that. Guild Wars 3. Apparently this is really big. I don't know anything about Guild Wars, but people are hype as fuck for Guild Wars 3. Crossfire looked kind of... Agent Minor, take care. Thank you for tuning in, man. Have a good day. This game looked kind of generic at first, but the combat seems pretty cool. They got this cool system where your character like dynamically adapts to cover. Looks high quality at the very least. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin. I thought this game was canceled. I thought it was canned, but they're doing it. From the guys that made Bayonetta, Nier Automata, and Ninja Gaiden 4, all beloved hack and slash fighting games. They're doing the gritty story where like 3 of the turtles die and then Raphael takes up all their weapons and goes on a fucking tear, which is awesome. Hex looked kind of like an extraction shooter type thing, but the visuals were cool. Stranger Than Heaven has Tupac in it. Fairly sure Tupac's not alive. I don't know how to feel about that, but Snoop Dogg said it was chill, so I guess it's chill. Blood Message looks surprisingly hype. The combat in this game looks really good. Gen Atlas looks fucking cool. This is by the guys that did Shadow of the Colossus. It's like Blade Runner meets Dune. You pilot a robot head and you go around the desert and do shit. I thought, oh, is it Mikey? Who's the last Ronin? It's Michelangelo. That's even more hype. So he gets all serious and shit because all his brothers die. That's crazy. That's actually cool. Alien Isolation 2? Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, Alien Isolation was hype as hell. That game had sauce to it. We're getting a sequel? And they're going to have like open areas on planet? This is sick. Cuphead sequel, Mighty Cuphead Adventure. So we're getting Cuphead 2 and we're getting like some kind of Cuphead spinoff that they showed the trailer for. Sick as hell. New Resident Evil. Oh, I guess it's a remake, but still. New Resident Evil. Dude, these were good. Like, I think that Summer Games Fest kind of ended on a whimper with this Final Fantasy thing. I'm not a Final Fantasy guy. A lot of people in the chat were kind of saying L. I think it's partially because we were all kind of hoping for some GTA 6 news, which we still don't have, of course. But, like, compare these to the Xbox showcase. Gears of War. Okay. Halo Campaign Evolved. That's cool. Fable looks okay. Residents of Plague Legacy. Those games really aren't super for me. At least they weren't when I played them initially. Persona, I don't care about Persona. Metro. New Metro, cool, you know. Wolong 2. Senua, so I guess we're getting a third to the Senua saga. Fallout 76, don't care. Doom Dark Ages, kind of don't care. I heard mixed things about it. Whatever the fuck Magicians is. What's a Valor Mortis? Let's see what Valor Mortis is, guys.
What would you give for victory?
And to put this in perspective, the lens that I'm viewing this through is Xbox is a dying company, right? I'm not even sure that they're profitable at all right now. Plenty of stores are not selling their stuff. New comment. So this is like Ashwa Sharma's run. This is her trying to save the company. So these games are supposed to be the ones that save the company. What's the gist of this?
What if you have
Oh, is this that like Napoleonic sort of demonic type game? This one looked kind of cool, I think.
To destroy your enemies.
There wouldn't be two,
their
right?
will.
Damn.
Would you have the strength, the resolve to wield it?
But I don't know. There's something about Xbox games for the past like 10 years. It's like they're not willing to innovate, but what they have isn't particularly interesting. You know? This is kind of cool. But this isn't like a big one. Like this isn't going to be a console seller, I don't think. This just looks like kind of a neat action game. This Napoleon game does look cool. I think Fable is probably what I'm banking on the most. That game looks like it has some really interesting systems. Like I look at a lot of these games and I just think like, yeah, I could probably have a good time playing some of these. But any update on the Destiny 2 vid that you're making? Still, the script is still a work in progress. It's probably still some time out. There's still some research that I have to do because getting into the history of Destiny 2 is proving to be a beast. But I did have some people DM me some very, very lengthy recounts of everything that's gone on with Destiny. So, also, it's not a Destiny 2 video necessarily. It's actually a Helldivers video, but we're going to be drawing. Any plans on checking out Marathon? None. None at all. Sorry. Extraction shooters really aren't my thing. Nah, I just don't have any interest in it. I'm sorry to say. Oh. There we go. Okay. So, I don't know. I just don't think that's a strong showing. But let's take a look at the trailers from State of Play that I'm hyped for. I'm not going to lie. I'm not hyped for Leve. It's a new God of War game. I know it's going to be good. I'm just not hyped for it. I think that all the people complaining about it being fucking woke or whatever because it's a female protagonist, I think that's dumb. I'm not going to lie. Sorry if you're someone in here with that opinion. I just don't agree. But not to play devil's advocate, but to extend an olive branch, I am not really hyped to play as Kratos' wife. I'm fine with it, but Kratos is my boy. Mom of War? Yeah, man. I think we should just start calling it Mom of War. Because I don't know how the fuck you say her name. That's my biggest problem with the game right now is that I just don't know how to say her fucking name. Please enter your date of birth. Oh my god. Am I gonna enter in my birthday? For real? Fuck it. June 3rd, 2003. That's when I was born, guys. Actually, fuck, that was loud. Jesus. Well, actually, let's not watch it here. Let's take a look at the Monster Hunter trailer first. Monster Hunter Wild Descendants. This looks really good. Do we have any Monster Hunter fans in the chat? Any of you guys play Monster Hunter? I'm a huge Monster Hunter. So they're letting us fight on like these sky islands now. This is the new area that they've added. Monster Hunter, we do have Monster Hunter fans in the chat. I found my people.
And mounted the sky. I can't stop wondering, how can all this exist up amongst the clouds?
I don't know what this monster is, but it travels in this pack of like 5. Attacking in sequence like that is so cool. This thing looks crazy. So they're giving us this charge gauntlet. My name literally came from a Mizu. Oh, is that why you're Bubble? That makes sense. If you guys don't know, there's a monster called Mizu. Fires that bubbles.
They can affect the environment.
Yeah, that gauntlet is gonna give all of the weapons like new attacks and shit.
Disaster.
Which is hype as fuck. I'm a switch axe main.
Too difficult to
I would love to see what that thing makes a switch axe.
Sounds like an elder dragon.
Yeah, this is hype. This is gonna be really good. Now, Deck, tell me, y'all, is that monster right there that they teased there? Is that new? Is this a new one? I know that people were freaking out about. I think it's this guy. They say it's Kushala Daora.
Sounds like an elder dragon.
It's not new. Lao Sheng Lung. Lao Sheng Lung. Let's look up Lao Sheng Lung. Lao Shan Lung. Can I see some images, please? Very old game. Oh, it's a raid boss. Really? So this is like a Fatalis level threat. This was Lao Shan Lung 10 years ago. Let's see. Yo, why are they stacked up like the fucking, like they got muskets and shit?
A few moments later.
Yo, this is sick. Hold on. Oh my god. This is cool. Interesting. So this is the guy that they're adding. Why is he just taking that? People didn't like the hunt, but they like the monster. Maybe it's good that they're bringing him back. That's hype. Cool. And then Kushala Daora. Kushala Daora. Yeah, this is the man. He's like a wind-based Ender Dragon, right? Like he puts a bunch of bullshit wind around him all the time. People are saying that his fight was bullshit back in World. I don't remember him in World, but I'm sure he was there. Anyway, that was cool. This is the other thing that I'm really hyped for. Marvel's Wolverine. Some people were complaining that this game basically just looks like Fighting Simulator, but like, it's Wolverine, so I feel like that's what he should be. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Kushala was mid-endgame back in Basewa? Okay. I probably fought him.
Let's see if we can find the one that got away.
Dead.
Redhead.
Biggest biceps on the fucking planet. Also potentially hairiest triceps on the fucking planet.
Looks like she took off into the industrial park.
All right, let's search the area.
I promise you, when this game comes out, we're gonna get at least one video that blows up that says like, how to get the Wolverine build. And the advice is just gonna be lift weights for a long time. Like, yeah, no shit. This is... Now look, full transparency, I I have a soft spot for games that have really, really violent combat. I just do. Think what you want about me, you're probably right. This game has some satisfying blood effects. I like it when in combat the effects, the attacks that you do have visual effects on the enemies, like taking off limbs and things like that. And this game takes that to an extreme, like Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima had a great blood system, but this is just like next level. Staining the water. I mean, come on. I weirdly wish the blood took longer to disappear. I kind of do as well. I think it disappears. Like, I don't mind that it disappears, but it goes away pretty fast.
Shut it, freak.
But honestly, mid-combat, you know, or mid-gameplay, it probably won't be that bad, that jarring.
Not today, Bob.
Okay. Confirmed that he has lightsabers for claws, because not only do they cut through this metal, but they turn it scalding hot.
The hell? Skullbuster! Up there! We need backup now!
Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Look at that. So Metal Gear Rising coded? That's dude. Maybe that's why I'm hyped for this. Metal Gear Rising, another great example of a game that did violence really well. What I find weird is how long it took them to bring Kushala to Wild, considering the game's whole weather system. There's all kinds of things about Wilds that don't make sense. Like, I like the game, but I also fucking hate that game.
You're not going anywhere.
If you guys have not seen Logan, the Wolverine movie, highly recommend it. It's such a good watch.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, I mean, it's people were criticizing this for basically just being like beat 'em up simulator. But they're not. I feel like they're probably not wrong, but they've put so much investment into the combat. It just looks so good, and the regeneration system that they have going on for Wolverine, super hype. I really rock with that. Damn. See, the problem with this is, it probably would have been better to react to this for the first time. I've watched this trailer already. But you know, it feels good to be excited for a game every now and then. This looks so good. It's giving massive Metal Gear. Yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a game that's dumb fun, but with AAA quality. I mean, when you think about it, like, I want this game's combat to feel like Spider-Man's traversal, if that makes sense. Like, the heart and soul of that game was in swinging through buildings, and the combat was really good, but the way that the combat blended with the traversal really was what gave Spider-Man so much soul. I want this game to have that same feeling when you're duking it out with enemies. And I mean, it looks like it does. There's also definitely, this game feels like it calls back to the old X-Men Origins game, which was way ahead of its time. So, this is another thing. Look at this. There's clothing damage. He claws this guy. It tears the shirt off of him. That's nuts. I did see they said the game is not going to be open world, which I think is wise, but I think they said it's going to be open zone. So kind of like God of War, and I think that's a really good idea. Because getting to play around with the traversal, this is just Adam Smasher, by the way. Getting to play with the traversal, I think, is going to be really good. Here's the big one. So he spends that rage meter that he has in order to come back to life. And he fills the rage meter by fighting. That's such a good way to do the whole invincible Wolverine thing. I hope health regeneration won't break the game. I think it's going to be one of the better features here. He did just regenerate his shirt damage. That's another thing people had criticisms for. I kind of don't get it though, because like you don't want Wolverine to be naked the whole time you're playing, and you're gonna be fighting and getting torn up a lot. I wish that the damage lasted a little longer. Like maybe use the damage in a mission. I'm sure they'll find a good balance for it.
Look it. I'm Wolverine.
Yeah. This just looks like it's made by people that get Wolverine, which is exactly what we need. Tell you what, Insomniac knows how to make a good fucking trailer. This music goes crazy. I didn't even notice that time. That's one of those big purple guys.
Some folks can't wait to die.
Yeah, I mean that's a day one for me, bro. That's a day one for me. When it becomes feasible, I'll pre-order that shit. Anyway, today's stream, a little shorter than usual. Kind of getting back into the swing of things, I know. Big purple guys at Sentinel. That's what they're called. But I'm thinking we're probably going to wrap it up there for now. Definitely going to stream again next Sunday. Might stream on Wednesday, depending on how the week looks and whatnot. Get a lot of stuff in my free time that I have to take care of now. So it's managing my time is going to be something that I actively work on, but we're not going to do any more like month-long hiatuses or anything like that. Fingers crossed. So if you guys are tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate you. Anybody who donated will see their names mentioned in the next big, like, fully edited video that I make. So if anybody who donated is still here, thank you very much, and be on the lookout for that. And if you want to say your goodbyes, now is about the time. Have a good one. Thank you, Showery. Thank you, Sailor. Thank you, Raptor. Thank you, Bubble. And thank you, anybody else who is still tuned in. This has been The Hog. I've been your host. Maybe Helldivers gets better one day. And you guys have a good one. I hope you guys enjoy your upcoming week. You got a Monday tomorrow, so start the week strong for those of you who still have jobs. I'm not jealous of you at all. Peace out.